Welcome inside the broadcast booth at Palm Springs Stadium. I'm Jack Lennon, next to Ethan Oliveris. Cool 100 degrees today for first pitch. Ethan, what's the key to beating this heat if you're on the field for the Power?
Oh, got it. Hopefully not long innings. That's what you're hoping for. Definitely no long innings. Hopefully pitchers commanding the zone, throwing strikes, putting balls in play, and trusting the defense here tonight.
Yeah, and it's going to be a matchup between the Palm Springs Power, who are managed by Casey Dill, and the visiting California Halos. Here's the lineup for the Halos. It's going to be Andrew Olson, Hunter Cervantes, Bennett Voldrock, Angel Perez, Jaden Onaka, Nathaniel Gomez, Austin DeMello, Finley Hoover, and Aiden Gomez. That's 1 through 9 for the California Halos. What does the pitching staff have to do better in this one, Ethan, to counter this lineup that looks so promising for the Halos? They're 2-0 so far.
Yeah, the pitching looked pretty strong for the about first 7 innings of Wednesday's game for the Power, and then 8, 9, and 10 innings came up, and the pitching kind of just fell apart in relief. It looked like it was about to be a smooth sailing win for the Power. So you just want to finish stronger, obviously, and redemption is something that these Power pitchers are going to have on their mind to try to close out this game, because the offense and the pitching just hasn't clicked at the same time, and we're looking for that to get in sync here tonight.
Absolutely. The past 45 or so hours saw a couple of roster moves for the Power. 2 new pitchers, which we will get into a little bit more in the pregame as we get set to go underway here at Palm Springs Stadium. But you mentioned the 10 runs that came across in the 8th, 9th, and 10th innings in that last game against the Power bullpen. Ethan, what does the lineup have to do better to support this bullpen that's looking shaky at best?
Yeah, I mean, last night, Power offense looked good. You know, something that we explained in the first series that the Power played against in the Yaks was score. They would score early, and then they would go dead through the middle innings, and then try to wake back up, and they would wake back up. They had 3 walk-offs in a row, which is crazy. But again, you just want to continue to stay consistent. We know it's really early in the season. It's only been 3 games played, but you're looking to have a beautiful bounce back here tonight, and hopefully everything rolls smooth sailing. But it's the game of baseball. You never know. It's a new day every single day. So that's something the pitchers have to be on their, put on their mind as well. It's another day. You flush that one and you go to work.
I know everyone loves the walk-offs, the fiasco, the fireworks at the end of the game, but I know for Casey Dill, it's not his preferred style of winning games. Obviously, you want to be dominant from start to finish. And like you said, the Power have really struggled in the middle innings to score. This team's still batting in the low 200s, 230s on the year. So the lineup does have work to do. What has been so much better for them in the field in the last couple of games, though, as opposed to that first weekend?
Yeah, in the first week, the opening day was a little rough, too, on the field. But I think that has to come with nerves and things of that sort. That was their first game and their second game in a row, and you just got to clean that up, and they've been cleaning that up. Everything's been fine, taking more time. I think everyone's too is starting to realize the hops in the infield, because this is a fresh new playground for everybody. This is a fresh new playground. This is not their normal stadiums that they're used to all over the college in the world, but everyone's getting used to the hops here, how the ball's going to hit, and in that outfield too, they know when that ball hits grass, it will roll for a long time if you don't cut that ball off.
And the field looks beautiful as always. It's going to cool down a little bit here, but thanks to the hard work of our game day operations team, Israel Garcia, Trevor Bannis, the field always looks beautiful, and it looks beautiful tonight. But we're going to go to a quick break. We got the national anthem coming up. When we come back, we're going to bring you the starting lineups and the defensive alignment right back here from Palm Springs Stadium.
It's a family setting, we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. They cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. Jack Lennon, Ethan Oliveris are along here for the call. Running down on the power lineup as we get set to go underway here from beautiful Palm Springs Stadium in Palm Springs, California. First for the Palm Springs Power will be Jeremiah Acosta. He'll be hitting lead off, a bit of a changeup for Matthew McCarty that we see. McCarty will bat fourth, but we'll get to that later. AJ Bianchina will hit in the two spot. Caden Richards, the red hot middle infielder, will play third tonight, and he will be hitting third. Matthew McCarty, the cleanup hitter. Noah Areola, the walk-off hero from game one of this season, will hit fifth. John Artis, sixth. Ben Wade, Blake Browning, and Derek Thompson will bring up the caboose. Ethan, what's this defense looking like for the Power?
Yeah, defensively here tonight for the Power, starting in left field is the this is his second game of the season, Derek Thompson. And then in center field is number 9, John Artis. And in right field is Matt McCarty. At third base is Caden Richards. Normally has been most of the time this season playing second base, but will get the move over to third. And at shortstop is AJ Bianchina. And second base is Jeremiah Acosta. And at first, Noah Areola. And on the mound today for your Power is Jimmy Welsher. And behind the dish is Ben Wade.
So we're just about to get set for first pitch here. It is 7 o'clock, so it looks like we'll get started right on time. Beautiful day for baseball, as it always seems to be in Southern California, one of the biggest hubs for baseball in the country, if not the biggest. So here's Olson, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. First pitch strike for Jimmy Welsher, who's on the mound for the Power. On the mound for the Halos will be Jonathan Garola.
You mentioned quick innings here, and that's a great start here for one pitch, one strike for Welsher. Now it's back-to-back strikes.
As that one's fouled back off the hood of Ethan's car.
It's
way back into the parking lot.
You get a foul ball, please bring it back to and Welsher, this is he's already pitched 6 innings this season, 7 hits on 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts so far. Sitting at a 4.50 ERA is Welsher.
Certainly one of the better ones on this Power team. He's been effective, especially against left-handers. And the 0-2 pitch is grounded to short. Bianchina to Areola, and they got him at first. Olson was really busting it down the line, and it looked for a sec like he might have a shot, but no, the hustled throw by Bianchina just in time to capture out number 1, and that brings up Hunter Cervantes.
Now we were talking about those hops. That one took a little late hop on Bianchina and kind of handcuffed him there, but great job by Bianchina to stay with and throw out Olson, who was chugging down that line.
Off the outside for ball 1. Welsher, a lefty-righty matchup. That's going to be the story for most of the day. That Halos lineup just loaded with right-handed bats. See how Welsher responds as he delivers the 1-0, and it's once again off the outside.
And Welsher last pitched Tuesday, June 2nd, where Welsher pitched 2 innings, 3 hits on 2 earned runs and a walk, and a pair of Ks.
2-0 in there, called strike, much needed strike against Cervantes, who plays second today for the Halos. Aaron Garcia, the Halos manager, constructed this lineup top-heavy right-handers. That one's off the outside, 3-1.
That's usually how it goes when starting pitcher is a lefty. You always like to see the visiting teams always stack that high righty and then maybe mix in a couple lefties now and then.
On the ground, but foul. And Ethan, what's a better combination to you? I know you got caramel and chocolate, almonds and whipped cream, but California sunset and baseball. Does it get much better than that?
Oh, definitely not. And out here, out in Palm Springs, they have some. I'm from Redlands, California, about 15 minutes away from here, and I've seen some fair share of beautiful sunsets.
As that one rolls down the line, Areola gave it a shot, but it will roll all the way to McCarty down the first base line, and a base hit for Cervantes. So the first base runner of this game comes with 1 out for the Halos.
Now, I was just talking about how fast that ball can roll, and great job by McCarty out there in right field. He's been playing plethora of games now out in that right field, so he's getting used to that area and how much space and ground you have to cover as an outfielder here in this big outfield stadium.
So here's Bennett Voldrak up for the first time, and a pickoff throw, checking on Cervantes is Welsher, but back safely, plenty of time.
So far this season, the Halos 2-0. Last game they beat the Yaks 8-3. Who the Power beat the Yaks in back-to-back games due to that walk-off.
Pair of walk-offs in that series. Just absolutely soul-crushing for the Yaks. 1-1, the count to Bennett Voldrak. Right there on the outside corner for a strike. If you're joining us just now, thank you for coming along with us for this one, broadcasting from the Palm Springs Stadium broadcast booth. I'm Jack Lennon. Ethan Oliveris is along. We got a great one here for you tonight, the California Halos and the Palm Springs Power. 1-2, got him swinging. So 2 down for Welsher with a man on first.
So far, great start for Welsher. That's what you always want to see after you get that leadoff hit, or excuse me, leadoff out, and then the next 2-guy hitter comes out and get a hit. You want to calm back down, go back in, and then that was a great job by Welsher. He was attacking that whole at bat. And something with Welsher too is he always keeps those base runners honest. We already seen the long pauses from Welsher.
That's why Casey Dill, the manager of the Power, has so much confidence in guys like Welsher, because as a pitcher, it's really hard mentally to come back after giving up such a sharp line drive base hit and attack the zone right away. The next guy struck him out swinging as that one's low. Ethan, you played baseball for a long time. What was the hardest part of the game mentally for you?
Oh, mentally, you got to separate. I think it is. You know, I say it now because I'm done playing now. It's easy to say now to separate baseball from life, in that it's not, you know, the end of everything. It's not the end of the world. When you have a bad day, you have to flush it mentally, and it's so hard because it's 1 inch of a mistake. You just drop the barrel of bat from it being a base hit to it being a sky high lazy fly ball out. So I think always the hardest thing with baseball is to wake up every day and tell yourself it's a new day, because, you know, as human nature is as well, we always just ponder and sit on the old, and it's one of the hardest things to do in the game of baseball. You fail, 70% of the time, and that's batting 300, which is pretty good. So it's a very hard game.
The best baseball players ever succeed 3 out of 10 times. You're right about that. Here's a steal attempt to throw down to second is in time. They got Cervantes stealing, so Perez robbed of a chance to do some damage with a runner on, and the Power escaped the inning scoreless. So it is 0 for the Halos. The Power coming up. It'll be Acosta, Bianchina, Richards. First 3 for the Power right here at Palm Springs Stadium.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for. Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Quality first. It's quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for 2 or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
So, welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium here, beautiful Palm Springs, California. The sun just starting to dip over those great desert mountains. Ethan, we took him through the lineup for the Halos. Why don't you take him through the defensive alignment?
Yeah, defensively for the Halos this evening, got Finley Hoover out in left field. In center field is going to be the leadoff guy, Andrew Olson. Right field, Jaden Onaza. And at third base, Bennett Voldrek. Shortstop, Aiden Gomez. At second base, Hunter Cervantes. And rounding out the infield at first base is Austin D'Amelio. And on the mound for the Halos is Jonathan Garola. And behind the dish is Angel Perez.
So here's Acosta leading off against Garola. And the first pitch is slapped the other way. Scooting over Onaka, he makes the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Garola. Pretty effective start.
Well, Jack, in our pregame show that we did, where if you missed that one, you can go on Palm Springs Power Baseball Instagram page to check out our pregame show of today. We were talking about how the Power have been very patient at the plate, working a lot of walks, getting deep in counts. But we also said, too, there needs to be a sense of energy and aggression and attack. So even though it resulted in out, I like that aggressiveness there from Acosta.
So here's Bianchina, and he takes off the outside. Ball 1. Bianchina joined the team a few days ago. He's been great in the field, but has had a bit of a difficult time getting the bat going from the left side, and he takes off the inside this time. So 2-0, hitters count. This might get him going.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how Power manager Casey Dill has been constructing this lineup. Jeremiah Acosta now in the leadoff spot. Makate drops to the 4 spot. So that's very interesting to see. I was always wondering, this is the first time Acosta and Makate are both playing together. So, maybe there'll be a nice 1-2 punch at the top. But Casey Dill decides to put Bianchina at the 2 spot, Richards at the 3, who's team leading in RBIs, and Makate at the 4, who trying to wake up Matt Makate's bat a little bit.
For sure. Here's a 2-2 from Garola home to Bianchina. And a breaking ball doesn't break quite enough. It's left off the outside, and it's 3-2. So a full count here with 1 away. Nobody on for the Power. AJ Bianchina at the dish.
Bianchina now is a guy that could serve as that leadoff guy as Acosta flew out on that first pitch.
3-2. On the ground sharply to second, and it gets past the glove of Cervantes and then past the glove of DeMello on the throw. So Bianchina will take second without a throw there. So an infield single and then a throwing error. Perhaps an error on both sides of that, on the fielding by Cervantes and the throw. So Cervantes picks up 2 errors on 1 play.
Yeah, I have that down as double error right there. And we mentioned the hops, as that one wasn't hit all that hard, but it was a very choppy ball over there at second base for Cervantes. And that one just kicked up on him. Tried to stay with it. Had to be quick if you wanted to get Bianchina, and threw it wide, which allowed Bianchina to advance to second. Now we're talking about runners in scoring position early here for the Power.
So Caden Richards, who was 4 for 5 in Wednesday night's game, takes high. He was a home run shy of the cycle. Triple, 2 singles, a double.
One of our colleagues, Sam Egan, was talking to Caden Richards about it.
Now the runner goes for third, and he's going to make it. So safe is Bianchina on the stolen base, and the Power have the go-ahead run at third with less than 2 outs, and that's exactly what you want there situationally, Ethan.
Yeah, we mentioned too in that pregame show how aggressive that this Power team can get on the base pass, and that's all they need is just get guys on base, and they have a bunch of speed throughout this lineup to go ahead and steal some bags.
That is off the outside. So 2-1 to Caden Richards. Richards, the hot bat in this lineup. The other hot bat, surprised to not see him in the lineup today. Junie Garcia had 2 runs batted in on Wednesday. He will not be in the starting lineup today, despite being a left-hander against the starting right-hander Jonathan Garola. Now that went way off the inside. So 3-1 to Richards, clearly not wanting to throw strikes to him here.
That's exactly what you want, though. You have to balance that aggression and continue to get deep in counts, because when you get into deep in counts, this is where you can get in these hitter counts, and this is where Richards does all his damage.
And he does it right here. A base hit up the middle. Coming around from third and scoring easily, Bianchina. And Richards has got the Power ahead. It's 1-0.
And there it was. That 3-1 pitch was right down Broadway, and Richards sent it right back up the middle as it bounced off the mound and into center field. And it's a great job by the Power. Something you can't ignore or hide from is the Power can score early, especially in the first.
So a little refreshing to see this team get the early run on the board. Here's Matthew Makate, and he's really struggled so far this year, but gets into that iconic deep squat as he awaits the first pitch, and the first pitch is off the outside.
Yeah, Makata, his stance, he really gets deep into those legs. He's trying to get to that backside and do damage with baseball. He digs deep in that ground.
He looks like Jalen Hurts getting ready to take a snap for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the 1-0 pitch from Garola, Richards leads off at first, does not go, is low and in the dirt. It's 2-0.
Yeah, Makata this season so far, just 2 hits, batting 154, 389 OBP.
Does have a good eye.
Yeah, exactly.
Struggling to make hard contact, though. And if you're in a leadoff spot, a 4 spot, it's something that's non-negotiable, especially for an experienced manager like Casey Dill, as that one drops just low. So it's 3-0 to Makate, showing off that eagle eye we mentioned a little bit.
Yeah, Makata's a guy that we know he is a high-caliber talent. So over at Whittier last season, he was first-team All-SCIAC and D3 Baseball second-team All-Region recognition.
3-0's taken for a strike. 3-1 to Makate with Richards leading off of first. Richards drove home Bianchina, and that will be an unearned run for Garola because of the throwing error. And that is ball 4. So a pretty easy walk there for Makate, and he'll bump his on-base percentage over 400, and that will bring up the hero from Game 1, getting his second start of the year, Noah Areola.
Yeah, Areola, not that many plate appearances or at-bats, just 7 plate appearances this season, has 3 hits, but with that he has 4 runs batted in and a walk and a strikeout.
It's the guy who stopped playing baseball for a couple of years and has since picked it back up, an older guy, but really a tremendous story. Regained his love for the game, and in his second plate appearance with the Power, hits a walk-off 3-run no-doubter. 2 men on. The first pitch, Areola thought about it, did not go. It's 1-0 as this pitch is low.
And Areola is one of Casey Dill's guys at College of the Desert, and in 2026, Areola played 37 games over there, slashing .373, .496, and .559. Had an OPS over 1,000.
Pretty impressive stuff from the first baseman. That one's way off the outside. Perez did a nice job of not letting it get away. Areola, a big guy, tall in stature, and got a lot of natural power because of that stature.
6'4", 215, and we've seen him get a hold of that ball on that walk-off, and that ball was gone right at impact.
That one off the inside. Little chin music for Areola there from Garola. So it's 3-0 to Areola. Third straight power hitter to work himself into a 3-0 count.
We'll see here if Areola will have the green light. We've seen a couple hitters, Junior Rodriguez, who didn't get the start today. We've seen him take a big 3-0 hack, and it looks like Areola wanted to.
Areola thought about it, left it off the outside, but called a strike regardless. So 3-1 to Noah Areola. Power with 2 men on. It's Richards leading off of second, Makate leading off of first. Both have above average speed. So a base hit should score a run. Gapper would score 2. Areola takes down low, ball 4. So the Power have loaded the bases here for John Artis, the speedy center fielder.
Yeah, this is maybe where, in these situations where you kind of want to see the Power wake up in that hitting department, is with runners in scoring position, runners on base. Has been a little bit of a struggle. Have had times where they could make it really a big inning, but have only got 1 or 2 out of it. And this is one of those situations here, and it's going to be in the hands of John Artis, who has been struggling mightily. So this is a perfect time for his bat to wake up. Just 1 for 13 so far this season.
So now we got a quick mound visit. The catcher, Perez, now departs, and Artis will step in.
Artis' 1 hit is an RBI as well, and you mentioned the speed, so going to be a tough double play candidate even if he gets this one on the ground.
Artis stole 12 bases this past season at Western Oregon University. .411 on base percentage, and now he goes after the first pitch, and this one is fouled back towards us and takes a clank land and off the back of a front row spectator. 0-1.
You know, JG, we've been wondering if we were ever going to get a foul ball hit to us. It's a tough angle where we're at the booth. We are above in a booth, but the netting is almost a little higher than where we're sitting at in the booth. So for us to get a ball this year, it'd have to be hit exactly perfect.
It would have to be perfect, and I'm pretty grateful. That one gets away, so run is going to score. It's going to be Richards coming around third on the wild pitch, and every runner will move up. So Makate to third, Areola to second, but 2-0 Power now. Artis now in a 1-1 count. As I was saying, I'm pretty glad that netting is well above where we're sitting. I don't think I'd want a foul ball coming in here anytime soon. But
Test the hands.
The good news is if it was to come in, it would have to be a pretty high pop-up, so it shouldn't come in at such a hard launch angle. I didn't play baseball for very long because I was terrible. You did. You might be fine if it came towards you. If it comes towards me, it's a broken nose. So the 1-1 is off the outside.
So I'm ready for one. You got to test the hands a little bit. You know, sometimes this life, this game of life that we play tests you. You go through some trials, and you know I'm waiting for a ball to come here. And I've been in Major League Baseball games as well, where I'm hoping I get a foul ball one of these days.
That one also squirts away. Now thinking about it, now going is Makate, and he will score easily. So the Power's job has been made significantly easier than it had to be. They have not scored a run that wasn't credited to a wild pitch or an error. So pretty crazy stuff here early. The Halos really having a hard time not shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, and it's not the first time we've seen this so far this season. June 2nd on Tuesday, the Power only collected 3 hits in that ball game, but ended up scoring 8 runs due to all the walks and hit by pitches and wild pitches from the Merchants.
That one is low, ball 4. So another walk, the third in a row. So Artis walks. None of those pitches, with the exception of one strike, were particularly close, and that brings up Ben Wade, the catcher. So here we got a mound visit. And that will take us to a quick break. Word from one of our sponsors.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Welcome back. The mound visit's still going on, but Ethan, we were talking about it. You played baseball a lot longer than I did. I didn't make it really much further out of Little League. For me, there's a reason I broadcast. It's because I was terrible at baseball. Why do you broadcast?
Broadcasting was always, the next thing once baseball was over, and I realized, baseball was over. Then I wanted to stay in the sports light. I thought I knew a lot about sports, could talk about sports, could entertain people, and that's how we got here. That's exactly why I broadcast, and it's been fun ever since I started it.
Well, I'm glad you're here, partner, and I'm glad we're here together. Here's Ben Wade. Wade's got a man off of first, a man off of third. Still just 1 out for the Power. 3 runs on 1 hit. Fielding error. Runner goes. Rubino throw to second, a called strike. So taking second base is a speedy Artis on the steal.
And so far early, the Power being on base, taking full advantage of their speed. That's already their second stolen base of the game. It's only the first inning.
So the 0-1 pitch is down low. So now with the base open, Garola might pitch to Wade a little bit differently, but it doesn't get much better matchup-wise with Browning, both right-handed.
And the Halos defense not playing in. Their corner infielders are up on the cut of the grass, probably firing to the plate. Ball's hand play, but the middle infielders will play back and just take the out.
And with the way that Garola's pitched, it's been all over the place. You don't want to load the bases, certainly. 3 walks in the inning. Now it's 2-2 to Wade. That Las Casuelas sign in center field is making me hungry, Ethan. I don't know about you, but it sounds pretty good right about now.
If anybody has never been to Las Cause, go ahead and check that place out. They have some great, beautiful Mexican food in downtown Palm Springs.
And beautiful people making it, as that one is called a strike as he went around. So strike 3 to Wade. He is retired for the second out. And here's Blake Browning. Really absolutely beautiful souls at Las Casuelas. I've never been treated with any sort of disrespect there. It's been a very nice environment for everyone involved.
It's been one of Palm Springs Power's great sponsors for a long time as well.
Such a great place to go. Enjoy some California Mexican food with a great environment, live music. Make sure you check out Las Casuelas Terraza, downtown Palm Springs. Here's the first pitch to Browning. It's off the outside. Another nice block by Perez. Garola's been all over the place in this first inning.
We've already seen 2 wild pitches from Garola. And that time, like you mentioned, Perez does a good job. Hardest position back there in baseball is behind the plate.
Absolutely it is. There's a breaking ball in for a called strike. It's 1-1.
Could also say maybe even in sports, one of the hardest positions in general. The wear and tear on your body, how much you got to move.
We had this conversation the other day over at the resort that we're staying at, Club Trinidad. That one's low. Hardest position in sports, what do you think?
I remember having this conversation. We either said a cornerback, a defensive back, that's to guard a receiver, or a quarterback in general, too, as well. But we did both agree that the hardest thing to do in sports is hit a baseball.
100%. That one's low and in, so it's 3-1. I think the hardest position in baseball is probably defensively, I would say, catcher or third. Third's a lot harder than it looks, just because of the
you got a
right-handed batters.
That ball, you have a second to decide what you're going to do.
3-1 with 2 outs is swung on, missed, a foul tip into the glove of Perez. So 3-2. We got a full count here. Runners on second, third base open at first. So Garola can do as he pleases here. He can expand the zone with Derek Thompson on deck. Casey Dill loaded the lineup with righties. Doesn't particularly mind the right-handed Garola on the hill. And the 3-2 is way low in the dirt, so ball 4. The 4th walk of the inning for Garola. And that will load him up for Derek Thompson.
You know, that's a great take there and a great at-bat from Browning to just try to continue to pass on the baton and extend this inning, and now brings up the number 9 hitter, Derek Thompson. If he could get a big hit here, couple runs in, and flip the lineup back to the top.
And now the Power with an opportunity to make this a really big inning and put this game high on the bookshelf before it really even gets started. That one is right on the outside corner for a called strike. But baseball's baseball. You never really know what can happen. We saw it the other night. The Power led 6-1 going into the 8th inning. Gave up 10 runs in the final 3 frames across innings 8, 9, and 10. Lost 11-6. 0-1, same spot, and same call, 0-2.
That'd be a great time for Thompson to collect his first hit and first RBI here of the season to extend that Power lead more than 3.
The 0-2 from Garola is way off the outside. So for Thompson, like Ethan mentioned, still looking for that first hit as a member of the Palm Springs Power. Speedy outfielder, right-hander. 1-2 is chopped on the ground to short. Going the short way is Gomez to Cervantes on the fielder's choice. The inning is over, but the Power strike 3 times on a couple of wild pitches. It's 3-0 Palm Springs Power when we come back.
It's a family setting, you know, we get into conversation, and it's comfortable here is what I guess I'll say. It's comfortable.
The hot cocoa has whipped cream and sprinkles in the whipped cream in the hot cocoa.
Very family oriented. You know, they cater to the kids. They got the coloring books and crayons, and they have kid-sized stuff about almost for everything that you would want. So young and old, everybody can enjoy it.
It's the best.
Made from scratch memories. Elmer's.
Welcome back to beautiful Southern California as it starts to cool down here in the Coachella Valley, the desert. Up first for the Halos to face Welsher, who returns for his second inning, is going to be Angel Perez, the catcher who we were just talking about. Did such a great job behind the dish in that first inning. Had a lot to deal with, too, with the wild nature of his pitcher, Jonathan Garola.
Being caught, number 0, Angel Perez.
And this happened the other day in the other broadcast when I was broadcasting with our colleague Stephen Buxton. We were talking about how if you get up to play as a hitter and the inning ends because of a runner caught stealing, it's almost you get a whole another sense of new life, another AB. You could have been down 0-2 in that count, and you're almost dead to rights, and now you come back up to play next inning in fresh 0-0.
1-1 is slash foul, especially if it's, like you said, an 0-2, 1-2 count, 2-strike count of any sort, really. But if you're a hitter and it's a 3-0, 3-1 count, you're pretty peeved if your teammate gets caught stealing.
Yeah, it could go either way, depending on that count. It could be a positive or a negative as a hitter.
1-2 is way off the outside, 2-2. Were you much of a base stealer, Olivares?
Yeah, I like to be known for some speed.
That's what guys who couldn't hit say.
Yeah, it's all right because we get on base and then that single turns into a double. Really, if you really look at it, so
that's more valuable than the box score might
exactly,
suggest.
And that's why I'm a big believer in the type of style that Palm Springs Power manager Casey Dills played with small ball, getting bunts down, being aggressive on the base pass, and just trying to put the ball in play.
We talked with Casey before the season started. He said if you can't steal bags, you're not going to be successful here. 2-2 pitch is hooked foul once again. So long at bat here for Perez.
You got to be able to do the little things in baseball, whether that's offensively, dropping bunts down, getting those bunts down, moving runners over, stealing bags, and then defensively as well, being able to defend those type of plays as a defense, getting bunts, throwing out runners, holding runners on as a pitcher, as we talked about Welsher is great at.
Small ball's kind of a lost art as a 2-2 pitch is off the outside in this generation of baseball, but I would consider it playing the game the right way. I think small ball is a lost art, but you rarely ever see the bunt, the suicide squeeze. It's not a common thing in baseball anymore. 3-2 pitch is high. So ball 4, the leadoff walk goes to Perez, and that's Welsher's first real slip up.
Batting next for the Halos. Number
but
31.
Situational hitting has kind of gone extinct as the new advanced metrics of OPS plus and WRC come into play, kind of ushering out the average. And used to just be when I was coming up, you looked at a guy's average, home runs, RBIs, and that determined how good of a hitter he was. First pitch to Onaka is foul back.
Well, now oftentimes and not too, that situational hitting that we see in, we see it still in college as well, but I'd say more so the pros, Major League Baseball, is in that situational hitting, it oftentimes not, when they don't get the job done, also it's a strikeout. It leads to a strikeout every time it seems like they don't get the job done.
That's, I think, what a lot of people is that's a foul tip. 0-2 to Onaka. I think that's what a lot of people, especially older individuals, the biggest complaint with the game now is it's really become home run or strikeout. So it's refreshing to see a team like the Power kind of approach it from that old-fashioned put the ball in play and let good things happen kind of philosophy. And I think that's what so many people around here like so much about Casey Dill. That comes from the top down. Andrew Starkey, Tyler Hughes preach the same message as that one's down low. It's 1-2 to Onaka.
And this is where for the Power here, if you're the Power pitching, this is where they want to continue to back up their offense as the offense gives these Power pitchers a 3 spot in the first. You want to be able to hold that lead and have control the rest of the way.
That one is flown high into right. McCarty coming in. Now finds a spot and makes a catch. So one away here for the Power. Nice break for Welsher after giving up the leadoff walk.
That's the second time early in this ball game that we've seen Welsher bounce back after allowing a base runner to reach. Now we'll have a favorable lefty-lefty matchup here.
So the lefty at the plate is Nathaniel Gomez, and odd stance, feet wide apart.
Those hands, you look at those hand movement right there. A lot of hitting coaches probably don't like how much hand movement that Gomez has right there.
There's a called strike. It's 0-1 to Gomez, a DH.
Gomez from Santa Barbara City College.
Called strike off the outside corner. 0-2 to Gomez.
Wells already has one strikeout in this game, trying to collect another, but Gomez also a double play candidate.
On the ground to second. It could be the double play you're talking about. Second for one, back to first. Got him, double play. That'll end the inning, so the Power get the double play that they need on a close throw to first. It'll be the top of the lineup for the Power coming up. The Power lead 3-0 here from Palm Springs Stadium.
Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for. Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Quality first. It's quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for two or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
Welcome back inside the broadcast booth at Palm Springs Stadium where the Power lead. It's 3-0. Coming up first for the Power will be Jeremiah Costa. So he bats first to start the second inning. So the whole lineup went around for the Power. In the previous inning, just one hit. 3 walks, an error, stolen bases. What stood out to you about the offensive performance in that first inning?
Oh, yeah, you mentioned there was walks. There was 3 straight walks in that first inning, so there's that patience. 3 straight walks, but a total of 4 in that first inning. And something that really jumped out to me and something we've been talking about is being aggressive on the base pass. Power had 2 stolen bases there in that first inning. So with guys on base, even whether it's a single or a walk, they're getting to second.
On the ground to short for Costa. Throw from Gomez to DeMello is well in time. Beat him by about a step and a half. So 1 away. Acosta down for the second straight time. And here's A.J. Bianchina, who reached on an error, stole a bag, and later came around and scored. So Bianchina steps in from the left side, but 4 walks in an inning. Pretty unheard of stuff. I mean, that is not something I'd imagine Aaron Garcia is too happy about, as Bianchina takes well off the inside.
Yeah, and the Halos had someone up and moving also in that first inning. He looked ready to go, too. And then now looking down at that right field bullpen. Looks like still loosening again, but could be ready to go also.
It's Alex Escobar in the bullpen, and there's a base hit to right field for Bianchina, so that's a much-needed knock. Doing it all so far. Here's Bianchina. He's got a knock, a stolen base, hustled out an error. Really nice swing there from A.J. Bianchina. Just using the open part of the field, putting it where the defenders aren't.
Bianchina collects his second hit of this young Power season.
Much needed second hit. Here's Caden Richards. Big man on campus right now, 5 for his last 6. Base hit and scored in this game. Also has an RBI already after 2 on Wednesday night, and he leaves this one off the outside. It's 1-0.
Yeah, Richards already with 7 RBIs on the season. He has, look at this stat, 7 hits, 7 RBIs so far through 4 games.
Pick off throw.
You can now make it 8 as he had a single and an RBI back in the first.
So 8 hits, 8 RBIs for Caden Richards. Nothing to laugh at for sure. Here's the 1-0. Runner goes, throws off the outside, and now the throw down to second is not in time. So stealing second is Bianchina. It's his second stolen base of the day. Only base he hasn't stolen is home plate.
Yeah, Bianchina had the read on Garola there. I was taking a peek over at Bianchina, and he got a nice little jump. But now with the base runners in today's baseball game, they like to get that nice shuffle go instead of straight flat-footed and try to race to the bag. And Bianchina picked him up well.
So now an RBI opportunity as it's 3-0 to the hottest hitter in the CPCL, Caden Richards. Big opportunity to put the Power up by 4.
Slugging over 1,000, OPS over 1,000, almost batting 500 this season is Richards.
And the 3-0 not close. It's a walk for Richards, the 5th walk issued by Garola in the first inning and a third. So now here's Matthew Makate.
I want to see Makate get going here, and Casey Dill decides to put him in the 4th spot. A little change of scenery, I guess you could say, from going from the leadoff, has also batting second, and now has dropped down to the 4th spot. And Makate does have some pop in that bat as well. I know we talk about Makate just being a very good bat-to-ball skills, but he can send some balls in the gap as well, and when mentions his speed, so when that ball is into the gap, we're talking extra bases.
Takes the first pitch low. Highland, California native, Citrus Valley High School. Senior at Whittier College. 1-0 is ripped into right. This one is way back. It is gone! A home run. Makate doubles the Power lead. It's 6-0.
And Jack, I was just telling you about that pop that Makate has, and he got all of that one, and that was sent out to deep right center field from Makate. We talked about not a big guy, small stature, but a very stocky guy who gets low in his stance, wants to get on that backside, and he drove that ball a mile.
Following the Matthew Makate home run, now batting for the Power, number 30.
So Makate, that one wasn't even close to staying in the yard, and right off the bat, Onaka knew it. He turned around and said, yup, that baby is way out of here. So it's 6-0 Power. Beautiful swing from the left-hander as now Aaron Garcia comes out to make a change. We'll be right back here from Palm Springs Stadium.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are two teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium, and the new pitcher for the California Halos is going to be Alex Escobar. short left-hander, and he faces the righty Noah Areola first. How do you like this matchup, E?
Areola, we've seen him. We talked about his power as well. He can drive a ball a mile away, just like Makade did as well. But if you're a righty, you got to kind of like that lefty matchup. It almost kind of keeps you, in check with your swing, because you can't really pull away a ball unless it's pitched in. As that right there, Areola was way out front, try to get the hands out early to drive it to pole side. But with the lefty, you really got to stay in there, let the ball get deep and drive it the other way, because a lefty fastball has that natural tail to the outside corner.
Areola didn't hold back on that 0-0 pitch. Really went for it all there. It's 0-1 to Noah Areola, and he takes off the outside. So it's 1-1. Areola, not the most patient hitter. He likes going after that first pitch. It's paid dividends for the Power, especially on opening night. Launched a 3-run home run to break a 5-5 tie in the bottom of the ninth. 1-1 pitch from Escobar is a called strike. Just clips the inside corner, 1-2.
And that's the thing you could do as a lefty pitcher, what Escobar just did. That first pitch, he realized Areola was way out front, trying to get the hands inside and beat it to the spot. Now, you recognize that and then try to go back inside, which Escobar did, just painted inside on the inside corner.
1-2 is tipped foul. Here's an interesting stat for you, Ethan. Last year, 7 home runs for the Power for the entire season, okay? So far this year, in 5 games, 5 home runs.
They are on an absolute tear. And that's what it was coming into this, too. We were talking about how this park doesn't really play well for the long ball, and so far these players have been shutting us up in all the right ways.
1-2 is skied. Areola not happy about that one. Into right, coming in to make the catch is Onaka. 2 down. So that will bring up John Artis. Successful start to the outing for Escobar. Much needed, by the way, for the Halos. So here's Artis.
Artis on his first plate appearance worked a walk, his first walk of the season. He, coming in this game, had 1 hit on the season and a hit by pitch.
And now he skies this one just behind the dish. Coming back over, Perez makes the catch. The inning is finally over. So the Power go up 6-0 on a Matthew Makade 3-run homer. They lead big when we come back from Palm Springs Stadium.
For 20 years, our family's mission has been simple. It all starts at Stuffed, where exceptional service meets bold flavors. Every crust, a masterpiece. Cocktails crafted to perfection in an atmosphere that brings family and friends together. Stuffed pizza, dine in or takeout. Savor and enjoy at our 2 locations. Quality, service, family legacy, it all starts at Stuffed.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
So after 49 minutes of play here from Palm Springs Stadium, the Power leads 6-0. Here from the broadcast booth, Jack Glennon, Ethan Oliveris, thanks so much for joining us. We finally get to see the bottom of the order for the Halos. It's Austin DeMello, Finley Hoover, Aiden Gomez due up.
And if you're a Welsher, you got to enjoy this. You're out for your 3rd inning of work, have thrown up 2 zeros, and you're up 6-0, which is always a plus as a pitcher when you have that big lead, that big run support. Honestly, just makes you feel more loose when you're out there on the mound. You know you can, not one mistake is going to defy the game, you could say.
Pitch count in the 20s, so also working at a great pace. Right back to Welsher. This one's up the middle. Nice play by Bianchina. Throws him out at first in time. So one away. Really nice play back there. It just really never had the velocity to get out of the infield.
And great job there. Welsher tried to actually go for that ball, and if he would have, you never know. It always could kick off the glove and might have probably been a base hit. So good thing Welsher missed that ball, and a great ranging play there from Bianchina.
So here's Finley Hoover. Hoover, the left fielder today, and he takes a pitch right down the middle. Strike one.
It's always, those plays are underrated. They look routine, as Bianchina made that one look routine, but you know, you're ranging all the way to your left, and you got to throw cross body to the first base bag, and that's where oftentimes you'll see an errant throw from a shortstop.
Pitches outside. We took some ground balls earlier, and can't say I did my best, but it's like you said, it's hard. It's not an easy throw to make across the infield, especially 2-1.
Yeah, shortstop. You know, if you honestly think about it, depending how they're playing right now, depending where that ball is hit, where you field it, shortstop and third base both have, you know, you could arguably say that shortstop has some longer throws than third baseman.
100%. It's less of a straight line as that one's off the outside, so now it's 3-1. Shortstop's also responsible, for so much more ground than the third baseman, all
100%.
the way up the middle. Third baseman's got to really protect that corner he is right now, as Richards is close to the foul line. Now he gets a strike here. It's 3-2.
Well, shortstop also have a little bit more time to think about it, whether it's, think about their decision. Not one first step is going to fail them at third base. It's, like I mentioned, blink of an eye, got to make a decision.
3-2 is skied foul. Running over to it is Makate, but it's way out of play. So it's 3-2 will remain. The lone hit for the Halos through their first 7 batters came from Hunter Cervantes, but he was caught stealing at second. Great throw by Ben Wade to get him plenty of time.
Seems that the Power have someone up and moving in their bullpen as well. Welsher just serving as that opener. Is what they're called nowadays. Get an opener going. But it could be a full bullpen day as well here for the Power.
Down low for ball 4. And Power, like you mentioned, the bullpen moving. That is Andrew Baltazar, who's really struggled out of the gate here. Someone that Casey Dill had really high hopes in. But that brings up Aiden Gomez for his first PA. And he swings and misses. A healthy rip there on the first pitch. So Baltazar, the tall right-hander, is the one warming up.
And Gomez from Moore Park College, whereas also his teammate Jackson Heron is also on this Halos squad. And it's we see, along with Julian Perales as well from Moore Park College. We've seen that a lot with the Power. We see it. We've seen it with the Yaks. And now we see it here with the Halos, is a lot of teammates coming from all over the place.
Fouls this one back and out of play. It's 0-2. So Gomez down in a quick hole against Welsher. With Finley Hoover leading off of first.
We'll see. Welsher got out with the double play. See if he can go ahead and do it again here.
Off the inside, 1-2. On deck, the leadoff man, Andrew Olson. I know Halos desperate to just get a run on the board and get out of their own way here. It's really been some very avoidable mistakes. 6 runs on 3 hits. Makati made him pay with the home run. 1-2, on the ground. A base hit to left field. So Gomez flips the lineup over with a knock. 2 men are on now for Andrew Olson, and the opportunity presents itself for the Halos to get a run on the board.
Yeah, not a bad pitch there from Welsher. Was up in the count with 2 strikes, trying to get the chase down low, and Gomez just flings it out. One-handed swing, and really the only possible way for you to pick up a knock there is through that 5-6 hole, and it just snuck through the diving Bianchina.
So Welsher turns, looks back to second, now comes into the delivery and throws, and it's a big swing and a miss. Out in front of it was Olsen.
I see here, this is a chance here for the Halos to break through and at least get one back. You got to try to find a way to chip away, as there's a lot of ball games still left, as we're only here in the top of the third, but down a good deficit, 6-0.
That one's fouled back to the backstop. It's 0-2. Quickly Welsher ahead once again. And that's something that he's done a great job of so far here, is getting ahead in the counts quickly, working quickly, and getting guys out quickly.
It's always a plus as a pitcher when you're working ahead of the counts instead of behind, as the whole mentality flips. The momentum is no longer on your side. You're almost just trying to survive.
On the ground to short. Second for one, back to first. Ariola makes the catch. Low to the ground, a double play. The inning is over. The Power still leads 6-0, and the opportunity to score passes by the Halos without harm. It's 6-0 Power when we come back.
El Paseo Jewelers, Wet Jam.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
So here's Ben Wade to lead off the bottom of the third. It's 6-0 Power here at Palm Springs Stadium, and the weather starts to get even better. First pitch looks like it hit him on the back foot. So Wade will take a trot. Umpire asked for time.
I don't know if that got him.
Just called a timeout.
Yeah, it might have been a timeout that happened right before.
Music was playing here at the stadium. The umpire asked for a timeout. So we will restart here from the first pitch. So Ben Wade. Wade is 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging. He fouls this one back towards the broadcast booth. It's 0-1.
Yeah, Wade so far this season still looking for his first hit on the season and really trying to really get going at the catcher position, as Owen Michelson went down with an injury of some sort. We're not too sure what's going on, but before that, Michelson was even at the leadoff spot for this Power offense, so that was a big hit to lose him. So now it's next man up in Benjamin Wade.
It's tapped foul. Wade hasn't done a terrible job at all filling in. He was great last night, and even though he's 0 for 1 with a strikeout today, had a huge pickoff throw to stop any sort of momentum the Halos might have came out of the gate with. Ended the inning in the top half of the first. 0-2 pitch is way outside, 1-2.
Yeah, in this game of baseball, especially at the catcher position, it's you're not only good uses as a hitter, but how you filled your position as a catcher is a big thing. And so far, Wade has done an absolute perfect job there behind the plate.
Not entirely sure about Michelson right now, what the injury might be, as this one's flown just behind the bag at first and over towards the foul out of play grounds, and that is going to drop. So just a long foul ball, 1 and 2 will remain. Would have been a really tough play over there by DeMello.
Yeah, it didn't look like DeMello really had a good read on that one. It looked like it landed in play.
It
so
did.
He maybe thought, that ball was blowing out of play, but it ended up staying in. So, but if DeMello would have got a better read on that one, that could have been a fly out.
And a nice flash of the leather. Instead, we'll do it again, 1 and 2. So Ben Wade takes, just off the outside. Boy, that one was close. We've seen that pitch called a strike multiple times tonight.
It's the spot where you want to live if your Escobar is right on that outside corner. See if you can, umpire will give you a little slack there. There's no ABS here at Palm Springs Stadium.
There is not. That one's way off the outside. No ABS necessary for a pitch like that. It's 3 and 2. What do you think of the ABS at the major league level? Are you a big fan of it?
I like it. It's fast so far. It corrects calls. I've also seen some atrocious challenges from pitchers and hitters as well. So that really tells you that the umpires really do know more than these hitters.
3-2 is called strike 3. So Wade down on strikes, not happy. He tossed the bat and started towards first base. Instead, he is rung up. So 1 away here for the Power in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's Blake Browning.
And there, that time, Escobar does get a call in the outside corner. Wade got away with not swinging at it the first time. And with 2 strikes, it's anything close. And especially if I was Wade to see, the first time I saw, that I barely got away with that one. You got to protect better right there if you're Wade.
Absolutely. With 2 strikes and a pitch outside corner that's been called a strike all night, it's hard to justify looking at that pitch that was pretty arguably a strike indeed. So that one's fouled off by Browning. It's 0-1. And Escobar's done a much better job than Garola did of getting ahead of hitters in these counts and producing soft contact.
Yeah, also walks as well. That was just a main problem with Garola here tonight, was controlling the walks, as Garola's final line was 1 1/3, 1 strikeout, 5 walks, 3 hits on 5 earned runs, 6 total.
Tough day for Garola. That one's high. It's 1-1 to Blake Browning.
But if you're Escobar here, you got to try to find a way to pick up the slack. As I mentioned, a lot of ball game left. If you're Escobar, trying to keep this, deficit as minimal as possible and let your offense come back up to see if you can find and claw your way back into this one.
One is tipped foul off the glove, 1 and 2.
Escobar has been attacking these power hitters is exactly what they needed.
100% after all the walks. You got to just down 6 runs, go in there and go after guys.
Trying to get quick innings. You don't want any more long innings if you're the Halos. Trying to, like I mentioned, try to get in and out and get those bats back up.
Speaking of in and out, I could go for some of that right now. It sounds great, a burger and fries. Maybe one day they'll bring us up some in and out in the broadcast booth. Maybe I'm
best burger spot in Cali.
Always will be. That one's down low. It's 2 and 2.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, as Escobar has only been in the game for his 5th batter now. But with that lefty on the mound, when, lurking soon is Thompson, then back to the top of the lineup. Let me see a push bunt here maybe eventually.
That pitch almost hit me. It's 3 and 2. Just kind of slipped out of the hand of Escobar. It happens every once in a while.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those so far this season from pitchers, either releasing too soon or yanking it and holding it too long.
Palm Springs Stadium, just about 5 minutes down the road from PSP, the Palm Springs Airport. An interesting airport it is. It's got an open roof. Exposes you to the beautiful California sun right after stepping off the plane. 3 and 2 is just off the outside. Very similar pitch to what Wade was just rung up on. And Browning made sure to wait his turn before heading to first, but he does regardless. A man on with the power for the power with one out.
Yeah, that's, 2 times now the power maybe got away with one that hit the outside corner, and Wade unfortunately did not. So that was, like you mentioned, almost a similar pitch that he struck out on. But if you're the power here, you got to start, with 2 strikes. Trying to get a piece of it, foul it off any way possible. Got to maybe expand that zone a little bit. But for right now, it's not really getting the call in the outside corner is Escobar.
If you ask me, that one was strike 3. Here's the first pitch to Thompson, and that one's way outside. So Thompson gets ahead in the count. It's 1-0. 2 walks for Browning. Really quality at bats there for the 8-hole hitter, the DH, and that's exactly what you need out of the bottom of your lineup.
It's the best thing, though, for a hitter is when that outside corner is not being called, because you could really just cut off the edge of that plate, and it limits the zone big time, and it's a disadvantage to the pitcher.
It's called there for a strike, 1-1. The lefty, Escobar, matchup that favors the power for most of their lineup. Almost exclusively right-handed tonight. That one's way off the outside, 2-1. So Escobar really trying to pick at that outside corner, knowing it's being called.
Yeah, you mentioned a lot of righties. Conley getting the sit, Juni Rodriguez getting the sit. Those are 2 major lefties that are normally in this power lineup.
And in lieu of those 2, it's Derek Thompson and Noah Areola, and Thompson swings and misses. It's 2-2.
Good job by Escobar there, trying to work back inside as he was mostly attacking outside, then pounds one in on that inside corner. That's what you got to do if you're a lefty pitcher and you're really trying to sit on that outside corner. You got to still find a way to mix in some pitches inside. See if you get some broken bats, weak contact.
Check throw over to first. Safe. Beautiful night here in Palm Springs as the sun has set, 8:07 p.m.
The wind's starting to pick up here, too, at Palm Springs Stadium, and when that happens, the wind blows, towards right field side.
That one is pushed out towards right field, and it's going to fall for a base hit. Going to third is Browning. He'll be in standing up. A base hit for Derek Thompson, his first of the season. And the Power have runners on the corners with only 1 out for the top of the lineup. Here's Jeremiah Acosta.
And welcome to the Palm Springs Power. Derek Thompson picks up his first hit of the season. And right there, Escobar again trying to attack the outside corner. And Thompson just gets enough of it and gets enough strength to find some green grass out there in right field. And great job by the base runner Browning to advance to third.
So the big hit today for the Power, if you're wondering how they got up 6-0, Matthew McCate's 3-run shot in the second inning. This one's fouled back towards us. It's 0-1.
Yeah, Costa's on that one. He took a big hack and just missed it as he fouled it straight back. But you want these similar approaches. What Thompson just did is trying to go the other way, especially against the lefty Escobar.
0-1. Here's a pickoff throw, and it gets over his head. And coming in from third to score is Browning, and heading all the way to third is Thompson, and the Power lead. It's 7-0.
And there it was. Again, we've already seen a plethora of times already. Power scoring on wild pitches, and now here they score on an E1. The error there from Escobar, trying to do that quick step-off move and pick over on Thompson, as Thompson was kind of creeping, looking like he was trying to steal a bag to add to the Power stolen base totals here tonight. It ends up being an air throw.
So stepping back in is Acosta. Ethan, you're a Southern California native. I know you've spent some time in Palm Springs before this, but this one's fouled back. What makes Palm Springs, now that you've been here for a couple of weeks at a time, what makes Palm Springs so much different than other places in SoCal?
Yeah, I feel like, too, well, one, it's a beautiful sunset. It's something we've been mentioning. That's a beautiful thing to go here, and it also cools down at night, so it's always the best time here in Palm Springs to go out is when you hit that, nighttime vibe. It's cooler down, and just the community here. It feels like a community, and also with this team, I'm sure you felt here already broadcasting here for the Powers. Everybody really knows them. Everybody knows the Power at the street fair. We're out there at the street fair trying to get people out to the games, and it's just a local community that everybody loves and comes together to support.
The team that we have, not the team on the field, but the team off the field, from top to bottom, feels like one big family. 1-2 pitch to Acosta. Is slapped foul and back out of play amongst the spectators, so it remains 1-2.
Good job by Acosta just to foul that one off. You can see he's trying to work now to drive this ball to the right side, but still Halo's defense playing back, so anything on the ground will get Thompson across.
Costa up for the third time. He is 0 for 2, a flyout and a 6-3 ground out. 1-2 pitch on the ground to short, and it gets by the shortstop Gomez. A base hit in the left field, and Acosta takes a wide turn. A run will come across and score. Thompson scoring, and now will be scored as an error, but Thompson does score. It's 8-0 Power, and the Halos just cannot get out of their own way.
Well, I mentioned the Halos defense playing back, so it's a good job by Acosta just trying to do his part, put the ball in play and get a run across, but also ends up being an error on the shortstop Gomez, so Acosta will reach, and we'll see here. He had 11 stolen bases last season at San Bernardino Valley College.
Up the middle, sliding play to second for 1. Back to first, and it's a wild throw, but a really nice sliding play by Cervantes, who flips to Gomez for the fielder's choice out. Bianchina does reach first on the wild throw. Not sure the throw would have beat him there anyway.
Yeah, Bianchina was digging down that line, but what a stop there from second baseman Cervantes. The backhand to the flip to Gomez.
Costa will be credited with the RBI. It really looked as though Thompson was going to score anyway from third on the slow ground ball. But he will not get credit for a hit, so Costa is 0 for 3 with an RBI. Caden Richards up now with 2 outs, man off first. Bianchina already has 2 stolen bases, and now he leads off first for the third time today. This one's high.
Richards so far has reached base in both plate appearances. RBI, single, run scored, and a walk.
Scored twice, once on the wild pitch, once on the home run by Makate. And now he takes a very healthy hack at a high fastball. It's 1-1. An old-fashioned baseball game, a long one so far, an hour and 12 minutes. We're not even through the third. It's part of what makes the Palm Springs Power game so beautiful. It really is old-fashioned baseball in all ways, as that one's off the outside. 2-1.
We'll see here with Richards' approach. I keep preaching to hit that ball the other way, especially against this lefty. Hit it where it's pitched, where Escobar's trying to attack that outside corner. Richards, both home runs on the season are oppo shots, so this plays in Richards' favor here.
We'll see if Bianchina goes. He does not. Richards takes low. It's 3-1.
See if Richards can get off his A swing here.
We'll see if this is a hit and run, a 3-1 count, probably getting a strike. Some sort of fastball, especially with Makate on deck, who's already proven tonight, hey, don't walk the guys in front of me. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Bianchina stays in place. It's 3-2. So Bianchina will be going now no matter what. So runner will be in motion. It's 3-2. 2 outs to the hottest hitter in the CPCL, Caden Richards. Richards 5 for his last 6 with a pair of walks and a triple. Lines this one to left, and it's going to fall. Base hit. Cutting it off and throwing in is Hoover. Bianchina will get to second, and we'll have to pump the brakes there. So a really nice relay by Hoover, but the hot streak continues for Caden Richards. He's aboard with a single.
Yeah, and that time right there, Escobar instead tries to double up on the inside pitch. You got to be ready for it. Great job by Richards there to fight to get those hands inside and drive it to left field. And as you mentioned, Hoover cutting that one down. If that one gets by him or even, doesn't get in quick enough, Bianchina could have advanced to third right there, but had to put on the brakes.
So here's a switch hitter, Makate, batting from the right side. Both runners go. Makate takes way low, and both runners will advance without a throw on the pitch in the dirt. So pair of stolen bases here. One for Bianchina. It's his third of the day. One for Richards, his first.
That's the impact that Bianchina can have. They're trying to get him going. He's that type of guy they need on base along with Acosta and now Makate too. All these guys can wake up the bats a little bit, get these guys on base, and they can do some real things to create pressure on a defense.
Makate takes a strike. It is 1-1 to the switch hitting right fielder. We know Makate's had the glove. We know Makate's had the speed, and those are two things, Ethan, that don't slump, but the bat really had not woken up until tonight. It's really refreshing to see Matthew Makate hitting so well.
And now we get to see him to flip over to the right side, see if he can continue that.
Strike called on the inside corner. It's 1-2. Pardon me, 2-2.
Already has 3 RBIs on the night from that 3-run shot. Back in the second, and has a chance to pick up another pair.
2-2, shot on the ground to third. Throw to first, off the bag, and it gets away from everybody. Coming around third and scoring Bianchina, now coming around third and scoring Richards. Into second, Makate on the error, and the Power lead 10-0.
It was honestly a beautiful executed pitch there from Escar, tied up the hands of Makate. Not hit all that hard at third base by Voldrick, and it's another error. That's error number 4 now on this Halos defense.
They just cannot get out of their own way, as now it doesn't get any easier. Noah Areola comes up. And if this game continues the way it's been so far, it might be story hour for the broadcasters by inning number 5. This is getting really ugly for the Halos. Here's Areola. He goes after the first pitch, lifts it into center field. Starting back now, coming in, Olsen now hustling and making a low-handed scoop catch to the ground for the third out. So the inning finally over on the flyout by Areola. The Power now lead 10-0 from Palm Springs Stadium.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
Hamburgers, all about.
Thank you for calling the Sandwich Spot. Is this a sandwich emergency? It's a sandwich emergency!
Great sandwiches made with love. The Sandwich Spot. Love all, feed all. Located in downtown Palm Springs inside of the Henry Frank Arcade.
Jessup Auto Plaza has been proudly serving the Coachella Valley since 1938 as your trusted family-owned auto destination. Now, electrify your drive with the Valley's most extensive range of electric vehicles. Drive the Chevrolet Blazer, Equinox, Silverado, the powerful GMC Hummer, Sierra, and the distinctive Cadillac Lyriq. Silent power, bold performance. Electrify your drive. Jessup Auto Plaza. Since 1938, the EV brands you love, the family you trust.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth here at Palm Springs Stadium. I'm Jack Lennon, joined by my partner and my pal, Ethan Oliveris. Ethan, what has gone so well for this Power offense in the early going?
Well, they're putting balls in play, and they're being aggressive on the base paths. That's always a good thing and something that we highlighted in our pregame show that needs to get better to have a bounce-back win here tonight. And so far, it looks like that's going to happen. And so far, the Halos also just shooting themselves in the foot. That's 4 defensive errors here so far, and we're just in the top of the 4th.
4 errors as opposed to 2 hits for the Halos. That's not a road you want to go down, especially not here at Palm Springs Stadium, where the job on opposing pitchers is already difficult enough with the dynamic nature of this lineup, as a first pitch strike is fired in by Andrew Baltazar. What's the scouting report on Baltazar?
Yeah, Baltazar this season is 2 games, just 1 inning, 7 hits, 4 earned runs with 3 punch-outs. And we last saw Baltazar on Wednesday where he got his 1 inning of work, 4 hits, and surrendered 3 runs to come across. And that was really the start of the letdown on the loss for the Power on Wednesday night's game.
Those 3 runs came across in the 8th inning. It could have been more for Baltazar. Also pitched on opening night, did not record an out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Shot to right field, but foul.
But if anything, this is a great spot position to be in if you're Baltazar. You're trying to, get your feet underneath you early in the season, have struggled coming out of the gates, but you have a 10-run lead and should be a no-pressure, not high-pressure situation that you're put in.
Did he go? He did not. It's 1-2. At the plate, by the way, is Hunter Cervantes. He's got a single, and he was caught stealing in the first inning. All right, stealing second base, and that cannon throw by Ben Wade behind the dish ended that first inning. That one's way high, almost got Cervantes. Instead, it's 2-2.
And Welsher's Day did a beautiful job opening up. 3 innings pitched, 1 K, 2 walks, and 2 hits. That's exactly what you want to see from your opener, especially in what appears to be a relief pitcher game.
Got him with the fastball. So Baltazar struck him out looking. That one looked a little low, but no complaints from Ben Wade, who made a fantastic frame on that play. 1 away here for the Halos. So Cervantes goes down looking. It's the first strikeout by Baltazar. 2nd on the day for the Power. That brings up Bennett Voldrak. He is the other strikeout victim. Welsher struck him out to end the first.
And if you're Baltazar here, or anyone else for the Power coming into relief this game, just trying to throw strikes and put the ball in play, especially with your offense, how they're rolling. They've scored in every inning so far. Not double digits, but have scored more than 1 run in every inning so far. So I want to get that offense back up and quick.
That one's low. It's 2-2 to Bennett Voldrak. Voldrak, a tall guy, right-handed hitter. He is their 3rd baseman today. A corner infielder takes a strike. It's 2-1.
Voldrak from Vanguard University out towards the beach over here in California. So not too far of a drive away for his summer out here playing at Palm Springs Stadium.
Should be just about 2 hours, if I'm not mistaken, as that one's fouled off the netting. So 2-2 to Voldrak. Some beautiful beaches out here. We haven't made it out that way yet. We've been very busy with getting you guys ready for some great telecasts, as that one is strike 3 called, 2 down.
That's a beautiful pitch there from Baltazar. We've seen the heat that Baltazar can bring, and he's gone upstairs with it to really change that eye level, and then he'll just drop in a breaker to leave you frozen just the way he did to Voldrak.
So 2 down now for Angel Perez. So Voldrak down on strikes twice. And Baltazar looking to strike out the side in order. He's got 2 looking strikeouts. Very similar pitches on both those Ks. And that one pretty close to the same spot. Not quite sure where that one missed. It's 1-0.
Yeah, that one looked like a beautiful pitch right now. And he's got his off-speed going, his Baltazar. And that's the main thing, I think, for him is he can start landing that off-speed. And then you see the velocity that comes by that fastball. It's can really leave hitters off balance.
Got Perez late swinging on that fastball. He shanks it foul to the right side. So it's 1-1 to Angel Perez. Perez, the catcher, has made a couple of nice plays behind the dish. It's the only one keeping them in this game for the first few frames. That one's shot on the ground to right. Arriola eats him up a little bit. Now he'll sprint to the bag, but it's not nearly in time. Perez is going to beat it out. Arriola, for a minute there, couldn't figure out whether to throw it to Baltazar or keep it for himself, but neither one able to get there in time. So reaching first safely on an infield single is Angel Perez.
Yeah, Arriola was stuck in that in-between of what he wanted to do with it, and you got to make a decision there, but there was no way Baltazar was going to make that in time. It should have been Arriola's ball all the way to go ahead and just tag first base. Should be out number 3, and Baltazar will have to work by that one now.
Good hustle by Perez. We'll credit him for that. He does not go, and in taking the first pitch inside is Jaden Onaka, the right fielder tonight for the Halos. Onaka also known to be a pitcher. That one is shot to left, but well in the ballpark, coming in as it bloops, and it falls for a base hit. So it falls in front of Thompson. So a base hit for Onaka, back-to-back singles here for the Halos. Daniel Gomez, the DH, will come up. He grounded into a double play his first time. But still 2 outs, but Baltazar's found himself in a little bit of trouble after striking out the first 2 batters.
Yeah, and that was a fastball that Onaka didn't get a whole lot of. Maybe got jammed up inside, but enough to power it off and drop in the no man's land in between Bianchina and Thompson out there in left field.
A big, healthy hack by Gomez, who's trying to cut that lead in half.
Well, that's a good sign from Baltazar. You have the little miscue over there at first, and then a bloop single, and you come back and you fire one right back in there, attack mode.
This one gets away, and both runners will advance, so Wade couldn't quite catch up to that fastball that was way high and away. So now this turns into a little bit more of a mess. Runners on second and third. Luckily for Baltazar, you mentioned he's got a 10-run lead.
If you're Baltazar, you're still 1 out away. Hopefully he can work through it. Because I know Baltazar, he'll be tagged if 1 run scores. He'll be tagged as an earned run because it was a base hit from Perez. That infield single that he beat out.
Sack fly does not get the run home here because there are 2 outs. It's 2-1 the count. Big, healthy rip. It's 2-2.
We'll see here if Baltazar now. He went upstairs with that fastball, got the chase there from Gomez. Now do you drop in that slider that he's been placing excellently?
2-2. Got him swinging. And that will end the inning. He strands a pair. Baltazar strikes out the side. Not in order, but doesn't matter. No one comes across the score. Power still lead 10-0.
Quality first is quite a philosophy to live by. But world-class ingredients are the foundation of great meals. And we wouldn't have it any other way. At Kaiser Grill in downtown Palm Springs, we believe you deserve the best. So whether it's dinner for 2 or a celebration with 200 friends, quality is our promise to you. Because quality is king. Quality is Kaiser.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
as the kids go-kart race in between the third, top of the fourth and bottom half of the fourth finishes up here on the field. Not a very competitive one, that one was, Ethan. That was a blowout from start to finish.
And so far, that race is the same type of game here that we're seeing tonight. So far, not close. But we've seen a little bit of excitement. See Mamakate's 3-run home run. We've seen the Power put up a 3 spot in the first and second and match that and plus one more, a 4 spot in the third. See if they keep expanding on that lead here in the fourth.
Well, they'll be facing a new pitcher. It's Santiago Avila. Ethan, what do you got?
Yeah, Avila coming in. If you're now, like I said, anybody coming in for the Halos, you come into a spot like this, you're just trying to keep this lead as minimal as possible, make quick innings out of it, and then try to find a way to come back in this one, but it's going to be hard.
So Avila enters, a right-hander for Aaron Garcia. Going to the right-hander with a lot of righties in this lineup, as we mentioned. We'll face Artis, and Artis is 0 for 1 with a walk and a steal, and he takes off the outside for ball 1.
Well, it's a good thing, though, too, for the Power looking at it, is this is already the Halos' third pitcher, and these two teams will face off again here tomorrow night at 7 p.m., so try to use up as many pitchers as possible if you're the Power, trying to see as many arms as you can get a look at.
It's called strike. Correct me if I'm wrong. You'll be on the call for that one, right?
No.
You will not.
No, I will not be.
It'll be Stephen Buxton, Sam Egan will be along for that game as that one's foul back. 1 and 2.
This season, you guys listening back at home will get a plethora of different broadcasters. Me and Ethan Oliveras, Jack Glennon, Stephen Buxton, Sam Egan will all be your guys' voice here this season at Palm Springs Stadium.
Taking you through all the great action, and there's been a lot of action so far in this one, but only for the Power. It's 10-0 as this one is skied out towards left center field. Coming over is Hoover, and he will make the catch. 1 away.
Well, that's a good start there from Avila. I mentioned just trying to make these innings quick and keep the damage minimal. That's a good start to get off the leadoff guy, Artis.
So here's Benjamin Wade. And Wade is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging. He's the only man in this Power lineup to not reach base safely.
We'll see here, too, even though it is only the bottom half of the fourth, but eventually a little bit in the later innings if manager Casey Dill will unload the bench to get everybody to get a look the way the lead is right now, if it remains the same or grows larger.
As Wade tops this one foul, it's 0-1. Hope to see some of those guys we haven't gotten such a good look at. There's a lot of talent in this Power roster, especially with the bats.
The time, too, for guys that maybe could be struggling a little bit off to slow starts, time for them to plug them in and not a high-pressure type game and just try to have fun, relax, and do your part. Build confidence booster as well.
Absolutely. That just getting those reps on a big-time field here where Nolan Ryan used to play. Some spring training games. Palm Springs Stadium.
Quite surreal.
Quite surreal for young players. Quite surreal for me as that one's lined up the middle for a base hit. So Wade has got his first hit of the night. He takes a wide turn at first, but he'll stop there.
Well, talking about getting some confidence back and get some guys going, that's a great piece of hitting there from Ben Wade. That's exactly where you want to see a hitter is when they start hitting balls right back up the middle. That's when you know they're in a pretty good spot. And that's Wade's first hit of the season.
So here is Blake Browning, and he is walked twice, and now he takes a slider, a looping slider, in for a called strike.
Well, at least for Browning, the OBP is jumping up. 2 walks here tonight, but obviously he's looking to try to put a drive in one here. Hasn't got too many good pitches.
That was a good pitch you just saw, but a first pitch slider isn't exactly something you always want to give an offer at, as that one's low. One and one the count to Blake Browning. Designated hitter. He's walked twice, and he takes a called strike. It's 1-2. That inside corner, Santiago Avila trying to find it. Might be a great weapon to have against a lineup full of right-handers,
Yeah, especially to a righty, and some power, literally some power that these power players have. You want to try to tie them up any way possible to avoid catching too many barrels.
Ooh, very close on the outside corner. Avila looks confused. 2-2. Browning perhaps catching a break there.
And two, coming in, facing a team like the Power, we've seen their great eye that they have. They're not going to chase out of the zone a lot. So commanding your pitches and really hitting your locations in certain spots and changing that look is one way to keep this Power offense unbalanced.
2-2 pitch is cued on the ground to second, fielded by Cervantes. Second to Gomez for one, back to first, not in time. So beating out the throw and picking up a fielder's choice is Blake Browning. Brings up Derek Thompson.
Browning caught that one off the end of the bat there. Good thing not hit too sharply over there to the second baseman, Cervantes, because it hit any harder probably would have been an inning-ending double play.
So here is Derek Thompson, and he is 1 for 2. Base hit and a run scored. Takes called strike right on the outside corner.
Thompson, this is just his second game of the season. First one came on Wednesday night. He went 0 for 4, but so far in this game, he's reached on a fielder's choice and a single and a run scored.
Down low. So it's 1-1 to Thompson. 27th plate appearance for the Power in this game. We're not even through inning number 4.
I'd assume eventually, again, like it's early, but to get as many guys looks as possible if you're the Power.
It's low. It's 2-1. Palm trees swaying ever so slightly left to right.
Gotta love a beautiful breeze, though, out here in Palm Springs.
Absolutely. The
Cools it
American
down.
flag is loving it, too. Looking pretty as ever. That one's off the outside. 3-1.
See the Misters here as well at Palm Springs Stadium. If you guys ever come out here to the stadium to catch a game of the largest misting system in the valley.
Runner goes, and now they got him picked off. And Cervantes will throw back to DeMello for the easy pickoff of Browning. So the inning is over. The Power lead 10-0 when we come back to Palm Springs Stadium.
There's something winning in the Agua. Catch all the action at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Watch your favorite teams on our giant wraparound screens. See live scores on the LED sports ticker. Win big with our bar top games and enjoy great twists on bar food favorites. And with 3 premier casino locations, 360 Sports is the ultimate fan experience. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com.
Across the Coachella Valley, you'll find our communities powered by short-term rentals. These rentals bring visitors and dollars to the region. Whether attending events, checking out the art scene, or dining at restaurants, when they spend money, we all score. The nearly $1 billion impact of short-term vacation rentals generates tax revenues that fund police, firefighters, education, and many other programs that improve our daily lives. To learn why short-term rentals are a grand slam for the home team, visit onecv.org.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to the Palm Springs Power broadcast booth. Jack Glennon, joined by my great buddy Ethan Oliveras. Ethan, Power up 10-0. We talked about the lineup. What's been so well working for the Power pitchers so far today?
Oh, the pitchers are attacking the zone. Welcher went 3 innings of work, just 2 walks, 2 hits, and a strikeout. It had 2 double play balls to get out of the inning, which is a pitcher's best friend. And when you got that working, that's got to be one of the most beautiful things you got going. And so far, Baltazar, too, he's got the strikeout going as he struck out the side, not in order, but still, so far, good bounce-back outing from Baltazar.
Well, here's DeMello. He swings at a first-pitch strike. It's 0-1. DeMello's 0-4-1. He had a shortstop ground out, and he's the only one in this 7-8-9 bottom of the order to not reach base safely in that third inning.
And you see how the velocity, how it's affecting these halo hitters as DeMello there took a hack at a pitch that was way out of zone, but these hitters have to be ready and try to get out in front, or else, if they swing, it's going to be too late.
So 0-2. Baltazar home. Got him.
That's his 4th punchy of the game, and there it was. I was talking about the fastball, and then he decides to switch speeds on DeMello and freezes him up. And so far, Baltazar has everything working here.
Especially that fastball and the changeup off speed. That's what's really got these hitters confused, and that brings up Finley Hoover. The left fielder walked his first time up and made it to second before the inning ended with a double play ball by Andrew Olson.
And this is the Baltazar that this power pitching needs. Someone to come out of the bullpen, whether if they do eventually transfer him to a starting pitcher role or if he will always have that bullpen role. But so far, it's a good bounce back, and this is someone they need. And I would assume he stays in the bullpen just the way the velocity sits and has that great off speed as well. Could really give you, today he's looking to go for 2 straight innings. So
Scott Hoover in a 1-1 count. Here's a pitch. Slider breaks across the plate. Great pitch there, 1-2. He's got the slider too, the fastball, the off speed, the slider, the breaking ball. It's all working so far here for Baltazar tonight. 4 strikeouts, 2 hits, inning in third.
We'll see if he climbs that ladder with that high heat.
1-2. Got him swinging. So an off speed in the dirt. Up with it is Wade. He throws to Areola to retire Hoover. So
batting next, the infielder, number 5, Aiden Gomez.
Strikeout number 5 on the night from Baltazar. How about that?
Pretty
in your
impressive
last outing, you went 1 inning, gave up 4 hits on 3 earned runs, but he did have 2 strikeouts. And then so far, 2 days later, you're out here have 5 strikeouts just like that. And that's one thing, Jack, you were asking me about baseball is the mentality thing. What's the hardest part mentally? And I mentioned you just got to flush it and come back and reset. And it's a new day. And so far, you love to see that bounce back that Baltazar's having right now.
That's exactly what Baltazar has done. But now it's 2-0 to Aiden Gomez. Gomez is 1-for-1, pardon me. Swings and misses here. 2 balls and a strike to Gomez. Baltazar loses his hat.
That's a couple times now Baltazar has lost that hat, kind of wears it high, not very tight on his head. And the way that he's throwing some heat, that hat's going to keep falling.
Wears it like my granddad does. Now, I'll make fun of my grandpa for it. I don't know if I'd make fun of Baltazar. It's not a guy you want to mess with. That one's called strike on the outside corner, 2-2. Baltazar, big guy.
Oh, JG, I would love to see you get in that box against Baltazar. I'd pay money to see it.
I would not love that. You saw me get in the box against one of our marketing interns, Liam Graham, and you saw how that went.
And Liam Graham, by the way, guys, does not play baseball. Hasn't played baseball since middle school. And so imagine my partner, Jack Glennon, in the box against Andrew Baltazar.
There's a reason I'm in this box and not on the field tonight. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Is tapped to third. Richards has got it. Got to be a quick throw to Areola. He makes it. The inning is over. We're halfway through this ballgame. The Power lead 10-0 from Palm Springs Stadium.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Jack Glenn and Ethan Oliveris, and doing the PA work are 3 lucky kids in attendance at the Palm Springs Power game. And Ethan, they always do such a great job over there in the booth next to us.
Yeah, there was a kid the other night. I was on PA, and he sounded a little bit better than me. I was a little bit jealous. I'm not going to lie. He's probably like 8 years old, but
I think we found a new broadcaster.
You know, he's a bright future some of these kids have in this day and age.
Anyone but you in the booth, please. There's
a ball
on the outside. Derek Thompson. Thompson is 1 for 2 with a base hit, grounded into a fielder's choice also. Came around to score on that base hit on a Caden Richards single. Now that called strike. That outside corner, that umpire behind home plate really loves that zone. Looks like it's about 2 inches deeper than the plate might suggest.
You know, could be growing a little bit the way that this score's going. You often see that many times from umpires when lead gets larger, so does the strike zone.
Now Thompson forced to chase there. Pitch was in the similar location.
Well, his last at-bat, that single was on 2 strikes. So let's see if he can pick up another 2-strike hit here from Thompson.
You would hope so. 1 and 2 is the count. Avila throws, and it's lined foul off to the right side. Now to play once again into the park that neighbors Palm Springs Stadium. We've played some basketball over there.
Gotta love the way that Thompson is seeing the ball deep here, though, with 2 strikes. Really going for that right side.
So here is the 1-2 from Avila, and a swing and a miss, and he struck him out.
Oh, some heat there from Avila. We've seen Baltazar on the end of Palm Springs Power, and now Avila for the Halos. Some combined gas from both those guys.
So a K for Thompson. Here's Acosta. Acosta's 0 for 3. He's the only one in the Power lineup who is 0 for 3. It's low. It's 1-0.
Could be that type of night where everyone in the lineup could pick up a hit if they continue to stay in the lineup and don't get replaced later in the game.
It's off the outside. E, what's the best performance you have ever seen live from a baseball player? What was the line?
From a baseball player in person. Oh, man.
This one is shot towards right. Underneath it is Onaka. He makes a catch. 2 down.
Probably goes back, dating back to Andrew McCutcheon, Pirates days. You know, I'm a Pirates fan, and it was one of my first games going to a Pirates game. I remember that day, and like I mentioned, McCutcheon was my favorite baseball player growing up. And on the day I went, he had a 2-homer game. So at least for me personally, it connects a little bit more. Obviously, you know, 2-homer games.
Of course.
It's not, you know, a lot of people do it. It's still a hard thing to do, but at least for me personally, that stat line has stuck with me forever.
Here's Bianchina. He swings at the first pitch, pops it up to third. Voldrak makes the catch. The inning is over quickly. For the first time today, the Power go down in order. When we come back to the 6th inning, it's still 10-0 Palm Springs.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe in the power of community. And that's why we proudly support the Palm Springs Power, our hometown baseball team. After a memorable championship season in 2024, capping off the team's 20th anniversary, we're all very excited about the 2025 Power team. SBMP Attorneys and the Palm Springs Power are two teams that are committed to excellence, community, and the spirit of winning. We'll see you all at the ballpark.
Monster Shakes, the best ice cream creations in the desert and only place in the world that serves all 10 flavors of Dole Soft Serve. The winner of the best soft serve and smoothies, home to the world's best date shake and other fun creations like ice cream nachos and the cotton candy burrito. For a limited time, come in and try your luck. Any soft serve that weighs exactly 16 ounces is free. Monster Shakes in Palm Springs and Cathedral City facing the Mary Pickford. Franchise opportunities available too. Monster Shakes, a delicious mess.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular.
Welcome back to beautiful Southern California. Palm Springs Power lead the California Halos. It's 10-0 here. Jack Glennon, Ethan Oliveris in the broadcast booth bringing you coverage of this one. And now pitching for the Power is a guy they just picked up today. It's Isaac Sanchez, a right-hander from San Bernardino Valley College.
And that's going to be, he's going to come in and replace Andrew Baltazar, and Baltazar's line finishes at 2 innings pitched, 5 Ks, 2 hits, no walks, and no earned runs. So a beautiful night here for Baltazar and a much-needed one from this Powered bullpen.
This one's lined to right, and it's going to get down. Base hit. Coming over to cut it off is Makate, going for 2. And making it is Andrew Olson. That's his first hit of the night after a couple of groundouts, one of which was a double play. So he goes after the first pitch, makes it to second on the stand-up double, and that brings up
Batting next for the Halos.
a pinch hitter for Hunter Cervantes.
Pinch hitter.
And it's going to be Leon Chavez from Moore Park College. He's a right-hander, utility infielder.
That was a good play by Makate. Made that play at second base close there with a strong throw as Olson decided to go up standing. He was a little bit closer than maybe Olson would have thought.
First pitch is low. It's 1-0.
Got a lot of guys here on this Halo roster from Moore Park College. Didn't even know Moore Park was in California until I just looked it up right now. It's crazy. You start to learn when we get these rosters, you start to learn these places and cities and where there's colleges literally everywhere mapped out, not even in just California.
Right back to the mound, a great snag, and going over to try and get the runner from second to third is Sanchez, and successfully he does so. He tosses to Richards, who applies the tag at third, so they get the lead runner, not the strategy I would have adopted, but regardless, one away. First on the play is Chavez.
That's a beautiful play there by Sanchez. First, doesn't get rattled by the comebacker, hangs in there, fields it cleanly, and does exactly the right thing. Don't go straight to first. Look down that runner, and he saw Olson was wandering way too far. And oftentimes the mistake that pitchers make when that happens is they throw it to a base right away, but that's not the case there with Sanchez. The right thing to do, he exactly did the right thing, is run straight at them and make them go one direction.
How often do you see an FC 1-5 in baseball?
That's a new one.
I've been to hundreds of games, grew up 40 minutes south of San Francisco, been to many Giants games. I don't think I've ever seen a FC 1-5. Here's a pitch, pickoff throw. The pitch is a swing and a miss, a strike by Bennett Voldrak. Scratch that, it's Jackson Heron, a pinch hitter.
You see a lot of beautiful stat lines sometimes in baseball, and you also see a lot of stat lines that are not beautiful. You see a lot of ugly stat lines as well.
And one of the ugly stat lines tonight is 5 hits and 4 errors for the Halos as Heron flies this one out to center field. Underneath it is Artis for out number 2.
And looks like here the Halos will go to their bench quicker than we might have expected. Maybe thought the Power would be the first ones because they have the lead, but Halos decide to go first.
So here's Perez. He will remain in the lineup. He is 1 for 1 with a walk and a base hit. And he shoots one right at Acosta, who was sitting there waiting for it. Inning over. Power lead 10-0 here, middle 6, when we come back to Palm Springs Stadium.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for. Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium, where Caden Richards will lead off, and where myself, Jack Lennon, and my buddy Ethan Oliveris are here on the mics for this one. Ethan, it's still 10-0 Power, and the Halos cannot get out of their own way.
And so far here, that's all we've seen is Halos getting their own way, but we've seen also some dominating pitching from this Power so far. Welsher went 3 innings, no runs. Baltazar 2 innings, no runs, and now Sanchez 1 inning, no run, and he'll be back out for the top half of the 7th. And this is something we've been asking for is getting both sides and playing as a unit, playing as a team, getting the offense going, getting the pitching going, and playing as one. And that's so far what we've seen here today through 5 innings now here at the bottom half of the 6th.
Speaking of playing as one, it is 1 PS night here at the ballpark, the city of Palm Springs night. Great city it is. First pitch is off the outside to Richards. It's 1-0. New pitcher is Santiago Ramirez. Pardon me, he's already been in the game. Ramirez will face Richards first. That's a called strike. It's 1-1. Favorite baseball memory?
Favorite baseball memory? Oh, it's for sure got to be back in the travel ball days. It's not even just like one memory. It's just back in travel ball, you used to always, stay at your buddies' places, have a good time. You're tournament for tournament. You're there for all day, all weekend. It's one of the most fun things as a kid. Looking back at it now, there's no way I could do it. I'd be drained out now. But it
was, you stay at my place.
Exactly. But no, travel ball was the greatest memories of my life, and I met amazing people, amazing friends that are now family. So travel ball as a whole is a beautiful, beautiful blessing.
So important for so many communities across our great country, as Richards is settling back in for the 1-2 pitch. Here it is, and he lines it into center field. This one will hang up. Now it will fall into the glove of Olson, 1 away, and that brings up
now batting for the Power,
Matthew Makate. Makate's gone deep. He's reached base 3 times. Once on an air, one on a walk, and the home run, obviously the soaring home run, well over the wall in right center field. Now he comes up for his second right-handed at-bat of the day. Line drive, right at Gomez. 2 down.
Yeah, McCarty kind of got that one off the end of the bat. You heard a nice little crack there, but it was honestly just from the wood bat. You can see it didn't really come off with the velocity. The velocity didn't match the sound of the bat. It's right at shortstop Gomez. And Avila for the Halos did a nice job getting quick innings in and out, and so far here, Ramirez trying to do the same with quick 2 outs.
So here's Ariola, and he fouls this one up and way back out of play amongst the tents on the right side.
Back to the whole point about sports, favorite memories, and things of that nature. If anyone's listening and have some kids, your kids, every kid should play some type of sport. Just the memories it brings, the people you meet, the lifelong relationships that you may meet and need later in life, and it creates you to be a better young man or better young woman as well in the whole sports world.
And I'm no parent, and I don't believe I'd be a good one. But my best advice for parents out there with kids in sports is let them play them all. Don't limit your kid to one sport. Maybe they make a decision when they get to high school or even middle school, but when I was coming up, it was so competitive it felt like you had to choose a sport by the time you were 10 years old. As Ariola takes down low, and I think that limited a lot of, the experience that I would have had playing football and baseball. I played basketball, but I think I missed a lot of the different opportunities to play other sports, and my parents had encouraged me to play many different sports. I chose ultimately to play basketball, but I think, especially in California, it's very competitive, but I would encourage everyone to play as many sports as possible and figure out what they like the best. And hopefully it is baseball as Ariola goes around. It's 2-2.
The life lessons you can receive or hear as a young male or female.
When your team's up 10-0.
Exactly. Exactly.
Two to Ariola with 2 down, and he swings and misses strike 3. So the inning is over. We go to the 7th. It's 10-0 here. The Power lead at Palm Springs Stadium.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hello, Power Baseball fans. At SBMP Attorneys, we believe
Welcome back to one of the most beautiful and historic cities and ballparks in the state of California. We're here at Palm Springs Stadium. I'm Jack Lennon, joined by my buddy Ethan Oliveris. We're giving out coverage of this game. We're giving out life lessons, considering it's a blowout, and we're giving out
all you need and more. It's like we're selling an ad for ourselves right now, too.
I know. So Isaac Sanchez returns for the 7th, and the first thing he does is he plunks Jaden Onaka. So an HBP there for Onaka. And the Halos have a man on to start the inning.
Pinch hitting for the Halos. Now coming to bat, number 2.
Sanchez
Nate LaJoy.
had some runners on base last inning, but ended up getting out of it clean and looking to do the same thing here. But not off to a good start after hit by pitch. But double play ball has been friendly here tonight for the Power.
So Nate LaJoy will pinch hit for Nathaniel Gomez, the DH. And LaJoy takes off the outside. Isaac Sanchez looking for the ground ball. Trying to get out of this as quick as possible. Keep this lead right where it is. You know, you're ahead by so much, and he's hunting for the ground ball as that one's low. You're ahead by so much, though, that you can start to get the foot off the gas a little bit. But if you're a pitcher on the mound right now, you just cannot allow that to happen, because we saw in the last game how these runs can snowball so dangerously. 10 runs across 3 innings in the last game, which led to a extra innings loss. How do you stay away from that as a baseball player?
Yeah, I think one thing has got to be attack the zone. That's a start. You can't give any free passes when you have a big lead, because then, you know, you're forcing the other team. They don't have to get hit after hit after hit to come back. All they need is they'll take their couple walks, and when they get that big hit, they'll strike back into the game.
There's a strike, so he hits the zone there. It's now 3-1 to Nate LaJoy. LaJoy, a very short guy. He's got a short bat, and he's got a short swing and a miss. It's 3-2. So a man on first. It is Onaka after the hit by pitch. LaJoy at the plate. It's 3-2. Nobody out. Isaac Sanchez is pitching. Here's the pitch, and he got him swinging. So from 3-2 to 3-3. Forwards K for Sanchez.
And that's more like it there from Sanchez, attacking the zone there. Falls behind 3-0 and delivers 3 straight fastballs to get the K.
So Trevor Sossman now will pinch hit. He comes in for Austin DeMello. Sossman leaves that one off the outside, but a called strike. It's 0-1. If you're just joining us, top 7, Power lead 10-0 here. 10 runs, 6 hits, no fielding errors, and we'll get into the fielding in a little bit. It's been so much better this week. There's the 0-1 pitch, a called strike. It's 0-2. What looks so much better to you about the performance on the diamond here?
I think just taking more time, too. I think a lot of the throws that we saw errant throws from this Power team earlier on last week on opening day. And, you know, that even though one just happened right now, the pass balls, the wild pitches have been controlled better, more control from the pitchers. But you have to expect that coming in on opening days. A lot of, you know, of these guys' season ended weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and then you got to come back in and try to ramp your body right back up. You're not going to be right back to your normal A game that you're used to.
It's hard to be 100% fresh at any point in the season, but especially right after the college season ended, it becomes even more difficult. So a 1-2 count after the wild pitch. Advancing to second on the play is Onaka. Trevor Sossman behind in the count, 1-2 to Isaac Sanchez. Here's Sanchez's delivery. Sossman leaves that one off the outside. It's 2-2. So Onaka leads off of second, a chance to become the first runner to score in this game for the Halos, and Sossman grounds this one softly towards first. Arriola flips to Sanchez for the out. 2 away here. A runner moves over to third. Ethan, what's your biggest piece of advice for young baseball players how to play the game at a high level?
Have fun. That's one thing. You got to have fun while you're doing it, and it's a very humbling sport that will destroy your confidence and kill your ego. So being humble is one of the biggest things that advice things I think most people would pass along is this game and these baseball gods can get ugly at times and they can punish you and ruin you. But when you fight and you work and you continue to work and continue to have the same work ethic even when things aren't going your way, it just makes it that so much more better when you do succeed.
Absolutely, and that's just for life in general. Being humble is such an important skill to have, and that one is cute foul. It's 0-2.
But don't get it twisted, though. You got to have that confidence. You got to have that swag always while you're on the field, because as one of my favorite things I like to say, quoted from primetime Deion Sanders, you look good, you feel good, you play good, they pay good. It goes a long way, and it's very true.
Slider. Pretty good pitch. Called the ball. 1-2.
Another quote of Deion Sanders is, don't let my confidence bring out your insecurities. That's one of the biggest things. Don't matter what people say. Continue to be confident but humble at the same time and do your work. No matter, there's always going to be people hating on you, no matter how old you are in this life.
That one is also outside. 2-2 to Julian Perales, a pinch hitter, and Perales slashes this one down the left field line. Should be extra bases if it's fair, but it lands on the bullpen. So it'll remain 2-2. We'll do it again. Sanchez versus Perales. But one of the best life lessons that I ever got was you'll never hear someone hating on you who's doing better than you, because the people who are doing better than you work in silence and they keep it to themselves. So
100% right.
Young kids out there aspiring to be great. If you hear someone hating on you, just remember you're putting in more work than they are. That one's cute foul. It's very rare you'll hear a very successful broadcaster, a successful player really open their mouths about anybody else. I think that's one of the skills you talked about, is being humble, and that kind of loops in with that. It's so important to stay who you are, stay true, yes, be swag, but also as a baseball player, and I was not a very good one, so I was forced to be humble. That pitch is outside. It's important in any walk of life. So that is the advice for young players from Ethan Oliveras.
Try my best. Hopefully someone will take it and run with it and spread it to the next person. That's the point of life while we're here, is spread a message, and hopefully that message continues to spread and get bigger and bigger.
Outside to Perales, who was behind in the count 1-2, works a walk, so he is aboard. Runners on the corners now for another pinch hitter.
Loading the bench here.
Number 27, the pinch hitter, Charlie Pennington.
So Charlie Pennington comes up. He's another utility infielder. Takes a big, healthy rip, going for a 10-run homer there. And instead comes up with nothing but a strike. It's 0-1.
Well, we're getting a good use of the scorebooks right now with all these pinch hitters. A lot of stats that we're going to have to input. It's a lot of guys on one team, but so what makes the fun of it's the grind, the outside part that people don't see.
A lot of stats that you're going to have to input.
Yeah, I should say it myself.
0-2 to Charlie Pennington. I'm only kidding. 2 outs, 2 men on, 2 strikes. Power lead 10-0 here, top 7. Here's a pitch. Cute foul.
See if Sanchez can end it on a K here.
See what the kid's got. This is what let's see what he's made of.
Pick up his second K of the night. Can Sanchez, if he can put out Pennington.
So Charlie Pennington, the Swiss Army knife on the infield, is behind 0-2. Sanchez, another nice rip. Emergency hack there, protecting the play. Nice job by Pennington to keep this at-bat alive, and it remains 0-2.
Gotta love those Swiss Army knife type baseball players, the utility guys that play multiple positions in the infield, multiple positions in the outfield. It's a great asset to have on your team.
Guy that comes to mind back in my day, Yangervis Solarte, ex-San Diego Padre, played about 8 positions. Runner goes from first, and he will go unopposed. Going back to third is Onaka, but Julian Perales will take second base. But it just adds so much value to be able to play so many positions, and it really opens up at-bats. And that's the advice that I have for young players. Don't limit yourself, and this is straight from the mouth of the interview I had with Tony Vitello last year, the now Giants manager. He told me, don't limit yourself to one position. And he said, I want kids out there to know, as that one's fouled off, I want kids out there to know that if you limit yourself to one position, you're limiting yourself to a certain number of at-bats. If you play 7 positions, that's 7 times the opportunities you're going to get to be in the starting lineup. I thought that was such a great piece of advice from a great coach, a great guy, the former head coach at the University of Tennessee, where I happily attend school, and now the manager of the Giants. So, kids, if you're listening, that is a very credible source as that pitch is outside.
One guy that comes to mind that is having a great year, probably can sneak in the All-Star game as well, is for the Atlanta Braves. Mauricio Dubon can play short, second, third, anywhere in the outfield, and he's having a nice hitting season so far, too. A great acquire for the Atlanta Braves.
Absolutely is. This one poked off the end of the bat. Richards can't come up clean. Arriola, the throw is not in time. A run will come across and score, so Onaka scores, and the Halos are on the board on the error by Richards. So Pennington will not get credit for the RBI. He reaches on an E5. But regardless, hey, that's small ball for you. Get on base by any means necessary, and good things can happen. So it is 10-1.
That was a little cue shot. That kind of was rolling weird, got up in the hands of Richards. And by that time, Pennington had already beat that one out.
So here's Gary Lockwood, and he's pinch hitting for Andrew Olson. And he takes the first pitch high. And a slider is just high and inside. It's 2-0.
Now batting the pitch hitter, Gary Lockwood.
Lockwood, another utility infielder.
Oh, yeah, this roster for the Halos is deep.
2-0 to Lockwood. Big rip, foul back. What positions did you play?
In high school, I was a outfielder. In high school, high school is where I transformed really only to an outfield only, but growing up in travel ball and things of that sort, I was a utility guy. I was behind the plate, could play second base and play anywhere in the outfield. And then high school came around and kind of just stuck to one position, and that was anywhere in the outfield.
Catcher, second base, outfield. It sounds like Isaiah Kaner-Falefa.
That guy, that's a utility guy right there, too, that plays
2-2 is skied into shallow center. Starting back now, coming in is Artis, and he makes an error. It bounces off of his glove, and a run's going to come across and score, and that is LaJoy scoring. Pardon me, that's Julian Perales. So the run does score, and it's now 10-2. It really just kicked off the pinky of the glove of Artis.
Now batting.
Not his prettiest play, and the inning will continue. So here's Leon Chavez.
This is what you don't want here for the Power, because not only is it more errors being committed that, thought we were going to get cleaned up a little bit, but also leaving your pitcher out there, Sanchez, a little bit longer, throwing more pitches than he needs to, especially in a game where you're trying to limit those pitches as much as possible, especially with the lead.
And with the game tomorrow. Pitches high. Sanchez got to be a little frustrated with that because allowing Julian Perales to score will be an earned run. Called strike. It's 1-2. With the danger about this is that with one swing of the bat, it becomes very possible for this to become a ball game again. Here's a pitch, and it's high. It's 2-2. And
that's exactly what you don't need, especially based off the Power's last game on Wednesday, where it just same thing as this one. They were in control, on autopilot, and then it kind of just got out of hand, and all of a sudden you blink of an eye, you're down 5 in extra innings.
So hopefully a different story here for Sanchez. looking to get out of this inning. He's one strike away. As my partner here would say, deuces are wild. It's 2-2.
Deuces are wild.
With 2 outs.
Love that saying.
On the ground to second. Over is Acosta. He flips to Arriola, so the damage is limited. The errors cost the Power, but it is 10-2 here from Palm Springs Stadium when we come back after the 7th inning stretch.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to beautiful Palm Springs, California. Another great summer night for baseball. Colin Dominguez is on the mound. Moore Park College guy. Another guy from your newly discovered Moore Park College.
Yeah,
Ethan.
I don't know about you, JG, but have you ever heard of Moore Park? Let's be honest here.
Never once.
Never. I'm sure I could probably go look at a list of this roster and have no idea where these universities or community college are.
I've heard of a lot of these. Colorado Christian, I took some credits there.
You took how did you get credits at Colorado Christian if you go to Tennessee?
I go to Tennessee, but in high school up in San Jose, we had a dual enrollment program with Colorado Christian.
That makes sense.
Here's
I
John
thought you meant
Artis.
in college with Tennessee. I was like, how is that possible?
No, definitely not that. I did get college credits during college at the American College of Greece, but that was a study abroad, completely different story. I wouldn't study abroad in Colorado. That's on the ground to third sharply. But first and plenty of time, Artis retired on one pitch.
So you study abroad?
I did.
I did not know that. How was that? Where'd you study abroad at?
In Greece.
Greece.
Great experience. That's another thing I would recommend to any young kids out there. Go all over the world while you're young. And I know you'll hear that from your parents and your grandparents, but go see the world. It's a beautiful world and so much to be grateful for. Here's Ben Wade. Wade pops this one up behind first. Pennington is there to make the catch. So 2 down. Scratch that. It's Trevor Sossman making the catch. So a pop out for Ben Wade. This one starting to move along a lot quicker now. And got a pinch hitter. We'll get that for you in just a sec. It will not be Blake Browning.
Power number 28, Quinn Stewart.
It will be Quinn Stewart. So Casey Dill starting to empty that bench a little bit. First pinch hitter of the day for the Power.
I'm surprised here he hasn't really gone to it more. Seen the Halos go absolute berserk.
Halos have replaced all but 2 guys. So Naka and Perez, the lone starters remaining in this game. Is that a strike? And the reserves unironically look better than the starters did for the Halos as Stewart taps this one foul. Stewart on the roster as a pitcher, but like many players nowadays, a two-way guy. So stars as an infielder.
I don't actually think this is Quinn Stewart. I think, the whole number changes, people coming in and out, new players. This might have been a new player that came in and just had the larger size jersey.
We're still trying to figure everything out up here.
Numbers change all the time with us, guys. Give us a pass there.
And a swing and a miss. And what we think is Stewart is retired. So that will end the inning. The Power go down in order for the second time today. It's 10-2 here from Palm Springs Stadium.
The Management Trust is a 100% employee-owned company. Every employee has a vested interest in providing memorable experiences to every homeowner and board members of HOAs. It's a very powerful thing. No homeowners association is too small or too large for us to manage. From community maintenance services to customized absentee home care, the Management Trust provides just about every service any homeowner could ask for.
Hi, I'm Damien with the Management Trust. We're a community management built differently for your homeowners association. To find out how, give me a call.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
So to lead off the top of the eighth, it'll be another pinch hitter, Jackson Heron, and he will be facing Gavin Thunstrom, another guy that just came into Palm Springs today out of Pierce College, a right-hander. Ethan, we talked a little bit about best advice for a baseball player. What's your best advice for a young broadcaster?
A young broadcaster? I mean, if anyone has good advice for me, I'll take it. I'm a young broadcaster, so if anybody's listening that is a broadcaster, give me a text, email, or whatever. But no, I think, being confident, it's definitely can be a new scene, I should say, too. Talking in front of a camera, whether it's behind the scenes, in front of the camera, whatever it may be, talking to a public is, step number one that you have to be at least decent at.
This one's popped up. Acosta will move out of the way for Makate. He makes a catch, one away on the first pitch. So down goes the first batter of the inning, and now, as Heron is retired, we got another pinch hitter. And this is going to be
now batting number 39.
Someone that we don't have a number of. So another no name here on the roster sheet. Stick with us. I think my best advice for a young broadcaster, I mean, we are young broadcasters, but for someone who's in high school or middle school and aspiring to do this with the rest of their lives, that one's outside, is there is no such thing as a job that is beneath you as a broadcaster, especially as one who has yet to, until you're really doing what you love, there's going to be a lot of things you have to do that aren't broadcasting. I don't know if you've experienced that too, E, but there's going to be a lot of things you have to do, whether it's journalism, whether it's PA, and all those are great and fun, but you got to be ready to, you're not going to be broadcasting the New York Yankees from day one.
Oh, no, 100%. My first week when I first joined the broadcast team at University of Redlands is I had to be a cameraman for a soccer game. That's a handheld camera too, by the way. I had to
I've done that.
Run and jog and walk with a handheld camera and try to keep it steady in a soccer game, which that ball is going back and forth the mid halfway mark, back and forth, and my shoulders were dead from holding that camera. So much respect to anyone who is cameraman or woman. It is much harder than it is, and I want no part of it.
Got some great camera workers here, but it's no secret that is hard, honest work, and as is much of sports media. 2-2 pitch from Thunstrom. Did he go? Doesn't matter. Strike 3 called.
This will be Thunstrom, and his debut out here picks up his first K. And Thunstrom from Pierce College. Pierce College's jerseys have that old school Philadelphia Phillies throwback pinstripes maroon. Those are beautiful jerseys.
So here's Robert Perez, the pinch hitter. So the entire starting lineup with that has been emptied. Perez, the 9th pinch hitter. Unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen that. That one is high. Don't blame Aaron Garcia, saving his better lineup for tomorrow with the 10-2 blowout, current circumstance. 2 down, 1-0 the count to Perez, and he swings and misses here. It's 1-1.
Fun fact on Gavin Thunstrom here. If he could invite anyone to dinner, he would invite Shaq.
Dead or alive?
Yeah, yes.
Anyone dead or alive, he's inviting Shaq.
This is in his bio for Pierce College.
That's a base hit up the middle for Perez, so he's aboard. If you could invite anyone, dead or alive, to dinner, who would it be?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot here.
It's a tough one.
I'm going to miss somebody that's like... No, obviously, my first answer is going to be Jesus Christ. That would be amazing. But if we're going like a celebrity or something, there is one person coming to mind, maybe because I've been listening to his music. A new movie came out about him, is Michael Jackson. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. I think that would be a great time.
That's a good one. I think that's a great answer. Tap foul by Nate LaJoy. Dead or alive, one person. That is really tough.
You can't knock Thunstrom, though, for one. Shaq would be
Shaq's
a great
the man.
time. Yeah, that would be a great time.
Alexander the Great.
Alexander the Great. See?
That one's outside.
You had a chance to say something real cool, and you say a historian?
He's not a historian. He's a conqueror.
Whatever way you want to put it.
You're no historian if you don't know who that is. I'll tell you that. Maybe I'm the historian.
Whatever way you want to put it. You had a chance to say something so cool.
I would go to dinner with Alexander the Great. That one is swing and a miss. It's 1-2.
Man, that really is a tough question.
It's a loaded question. So many answers.
Very simple, but like you said, tough pick.
What about 1-2? Swing and a miss. Got him, inning over. Of course, the answer should always be Mom. The inning is over. It's 10-2 here from Palm Springs Stadium when we come back.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Bottom 8 here from Palm Springs Stadium. Jack Leonard, Ethan Oliveris. We're along here for the broadcast of the Palm Springs Power and the California Halos. Here's Derek Thompson, and then it'll be the top of the order for the Power. Thompson takes high and wide. High and tight, pardon me. 1-0 to Derek Thompson. One-0 pitch, and tight again. 2-0.
Are you a fan of the Power's all-white unis today?
You know, I like them. I think a white hat would look good, too.
It's too much white. Too much white.
I see your point, but I don't think it would look bad as that's line in the center field. Thompson's got another line out. That's a tough way to go down. Made a really solid contact. And instead of a base hit, it's a line out to Gary Lockwood.
Number 15, Jeremiah Acosta.
So here's Acosta. He is 0 for 4. 2 flyouts, a ground out, and reached on an error. First pitch to Acosta is a looping breaking ball that never really broke. It's 1-0. Bianchina still on deck, so Casey Dill will not empty the bench. Pretty surprised by that, as that one's shot off the lower part of the bat, right at Leon Chavez. So 2 down. And here is A.J. Bianchina. Bianchina is 1 for 4. Reached on an error, has stolen 3 bases, reached on a fielder's choice, had a single, has scored 3 runs. So an eventful night for just getting 1 hit. If you looked at the box score, you'd think he reached base, stole home. Based on the 3 stolen bases, just 1 hit as he takes low.
He's an active base running guy that, you know, this Power team's going to need all summer to continue to get on base, because we see the things, how spectacular he is on the base pass. Him and along with many other guys on this Power roster.
2-0 pitch to him is in there for a called strike. And that's part of what makes him, Ethan, so valuable for this team is even if he does ground into a fielder's choice, he's almost, by this stat sheet, a good chance to steal second. It's almost like you bump up the runner just 90 feet as that one is carted out to right. It's in the ballpark. Moving back on it, looking up at it. It's going to hit off against the wall. And it's going to be a stand-up double for A.J. Bianchina, his second hit of the night.
And then if Richards, who's coming up to the plate now, stays in that 3 spot where he's really been tucked at, you get the guys in front of this guy on. I mean, this guy is an RBI machine.
It's a little trouble now for Michael Tuttle, the pitcher for the Halos. With a man on second, 2 outs, and the hottest hitter in the CPCL up to hit. And it is Caden Richards, and Richards has already got an RBI in this game, looking for a second one, and he fouls this one back. Richards, 2 for 3 on the night with a walk, stolen base, 3 runs scored. This one's off the outside, 1-1. Richards has had a great week. He is 6 for 8. Also has got a pair of walks.
Do it all, huh? Have a week if they're a CPCL player of the week. Give it to Caden Richards.
Crash to left. And making a really nice catch out there is going to be Julian Perales. So that will end the inning. The Power lead 10-2 when we come back from Palm Springs Stadium.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Shopping for car insurance is confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle. A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth at Palm Springs Stadium. Jack Glennon, my buddy Ethan Oliveris are along to bring you coverage here between the California Halos and the Palm Springs Power. Back out for his second inning of work is Gavin Thunstrom, who, if he could choose to have dinner with anyone in the world, it would be Shaquille O'Neal. So Thunstrom will face Trevor Sossman. Sossman's 0 for 1. 3-1 put out. Arriola to Thunstrom.
Well, if Thunstrom can end it right here by himself, it would be splitting up the work. Would be Wilshire 3 innings, Baltazar 2 innings, Sanchez 2 innings, and Thunstrom 2 innings, which would be a beautiful split. Beautiful split.
Sounds pretty even to me. Maybe throw Glennon in there for an inning. Up by 8 runs, I wouldn't trust myself. That's meatball after meatball. That one's
broken bat.
Slapped with a broken bat to third. Richards to Arriola. Close play, but in time, one away. So assuming the Power hold on to this one over the Halos, Ethan Oliveris will be on the field to interview our player of the game. That will be available for you on the Palm Springs Power Instagram.
Got interviews on there, pregame shows, postgame shows, all you want to see.
Game day graphics.
Everything you want to see for your Palm Springs Power this summer.
There's a swinging strike one. It's 0-1 to Julian Perales, who made a really nice catch, ranging back in left field to end that bottom of the 8th on a soaring fly ball by Caden Richards. That one is slapped on the ground. Nice play on a one-hop by Bianchina. He throws to first in time, so the Halos down to their final out, and that will bring up Charlie Pennington.
Now batting number 27, infielder Charlie Pennington.
So Pennington steps in as a final hope, down by 8. Big run difference here in this one, 10-2. Pitch by Thunstrom, and Pennington turns away. Nearly came in and hit him. It's 1-0. Always a great night to come out to the ballpark. $10 tickets, general admission, $5 for kids, $8 for seniors as this one's rolled on the ground. Acosta to Arriola, not in time. Runner safe, so the night will continue for the Halos. Their last hope is now pinned on Gary Lockwood, and the order will flip over.
Good hustle there, even in bottom half of the ninth. It's easy to roll that ball over and just jog to the base and, call it a night. But that's good hustle there from Pennington.
It's another great lesson for young players. Always run down the line, no matter what. You're never too cool to hustle. There's a first pitch ball high. It's 1-0 to Gary Lockwood. Pitch is in there, a called strike, 1-1. Power lead 10-2. Jack Glennon, Ethan Oliveris, happy to bring you the coverage of this one. One pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Ooh, we've seen some gas here tonight from these power pitchers. We saw Baltazar was throwing some heat, his hat falling off, and now here in Thunstrom here in the ninth, his hat blowing off as well.
So 1-2, the Halos down to their final strike here in the top half of the ninth. 10-2 power lead. That one off the outside, and it is 2-2 with 2 outs. The man off of first is Charlie Pennington, who hustled out an infield single. So it is 2-2, the count to Lockwood. And Thunstrom, the pitch. Swinging a slapper foul off to the right side, out of play. Another one back into the park, and it's 2-2, it will remain. Thunstrom's pitch. Got him looking, and that's the ball game. So the Power win. That's a final score of 10-2. 10 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. 2 runs on 7 hits, 4 errors. I've been Jack Lennon. That's been Ethan Oliveris. Our on-site producer has been Stephen Buxton. Thank you so much for watching. The Power will be back in action right here tomorrow evening at the same time, a 7 p.m. first pitch. So make sure you tune in here. Lineups will be introduced at 6:52 p.m. I've been Jack Lennon. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, go Power.
All presented by the city.